Yeah, the Dogcast, episode 138. Yay! What a great episode this is going to be. My name's Tom. I'm here.
My name's Dylan. Don't oversell it, Tom.
Wow. It's been so long.
Yeah, I haven't been on in a while either.
Yeah.
It has been a minute.
It's
been
back.
a while.
What are these two losers? What are you guys doing here?
My name's Tyler.
Okay.
And my hair's getting really long.
Yes.
This is news.
And this is news. And I'm out of the hat phase now. I
is
have
in-
enough confidence to walk among people without a hat on now.
Good for
Why?
you,
What
man.
was the issue?
It was just an awkward length where I couldn't really style it. And now it's heavy enough to where it kind of like lays back
It was
on
a
itself.
tween length.
It was, yes.
Yeah.
I was in they call it the Bieber phase.
The Bieber.
I
You're
think it
full
works
man
for
bun
you.
now. You can do full man
I can do
bun.
full man bun now. So that's just something personal that I'm very proud of.
Don't
You're
do
gonna
that.
fit right in at a Renaissance fair.
I know, I can't fucking wait.
Oh, it's perfect.
Did you go did you go this year to the Ren Fair?
No, I was a baller on a budget.
Okay.
Too many concerts, too many video games.
Says the guy who goes to like 3 concerts a week.
I have a problem, and I am aware
You
of it.
know, yeah. You get priorities, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to spend your budget somehow.
Yeah,
I'm
at
Brad.
least
I'm
2 of
Brad.
those shows were Tom.
What? Yes. No, they weren't.
I saw you like 3 times.
Only 2 people ever come to my shows, and 9 of them.
And one of them is a convicted murderer.
Yes. Yep.
He's a great dancer though.
He is. Yeah. He
He does a lot of the finger pistols and twists. It's true.
Really?
Yeah. We were at a show and
Is he mentally handicapped?
he killed his wife and he's
He
out
was
of,
for a split second when he shot his wife dead.
but he's out now. He did his time
Perfect.
and he just loves Big Spoon.
Is that true? Because that's awesome.
Yeah, he was a lover of music in the community anyway.
And
So
you're
not
really
just us.
comfy with finger guns.
That is kind of bad if he shot his wife and he does finger guns as his only dance move.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. He will remain nameless, but he's kind of a staple of the music scene around here.
Write in if we have any murderers.
We're part of the Tokyo Beat Podcast Network. Check out the other amazing shows. My name is Brad.
But only if you've actually done your time. You know,
I don't know.
or if you want to confess to a crime, that's fine.
Very controversial stance, but I don't know if I'd feel okay with it. Unless you murdered like someone cool. I think killing your wife is pretty bad.
It's pretty awful.
Did I tell you? I don't know if I said
I
this.
think killing your wife is pretty bad. The hot take.
Did I ever tell the story? I probably said it on the podcast before, but we had another wife murderer come to one of our
What
shows.
the fuck, man?
But he had just killed his wife.
Whoa.
Oh yes, I remember hearing.
Then he
this
got
story.
caught later?
He killed his wife.
Came to get down at Big Spoon.
He came to a Big Spoon show like that day.
That was like his one last gasp of freedom.
So yeah, and he came up and he talked to us after the show. He posted on Facebook. Like, I took a picture of us and was like, "We love this band," or "I love this band, my favorite band." He had just killed his wife. Came up and talked to us after the show. Said he knew all these people in Madison. We're going to get us into all these clubs because he knew the owners.
What the fuck?
But he went home from our show and then blew up his house to make it look like his wife's murder was an accident.
Oh, you were his alibi.
And apparently
That's why he was talking to you to like really hammer the alibi too.
So our band got kind of brought into the investigation.
Whoa.
All of his posts. Yeah.
Whoa, that is so cool.
I mean, it's
It's so
fucked up.
tragic and
Yeah.
fucked, but
But
I'm sorry, I like that stuff.
it's nuts. Anyway,
unfortunate.
Brad,
the legacy of Big Spoon.
there you go. Yeah.
Number one
BigSpoonBand.com. Go check it out.
number one cover band of murderers.
That's right. That's awesome.
You should put that on shirts. You know what? If and when I go to one of your shows, that's the shirt I'm going to make special for it.
Do it. Yeah.
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 I'll make a few for the guys.
I would love
too.
that, actually.
Yeah, I'll make one for you
Because we don't have shirts at all. So even if it's making the murderer.
Oh shit! You have.
band
Why
version.
don't you have merch?
I thought you were getting merch made.
We have prototypes.
Okay,
But we haven't.
Are you like
We haven't bought the
running
bulk yet.
into it with full cars full speed or like blasting with flamethrowers?
Yeah, it's a long story. So yeah, video games, beer, right?
Yes. Video games and beer.
It's going to be hard to keep this episode on the rails, Tyler. Good
It's
luck.
going to be tough, yes. Well, I'm going to attempt to start that by, let's talk some news.
Let's do it.
We got some news. First first order of business.
Catch me up on the past 3 months.
Just listen to the previous Dogcast episodes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not on them, so,
Yeah, so they're not as good. That's a fact. Tyler tried to make a joke about a clitoris the other day. I'm like, stay off of Dylan's toes, dude.
You're welcome to try.
Dude, I was trying to pull away.
No, it was actually really funny. I wasn't sure when we did it live, but I heard when I was editing, I'm like, that was really funny.
Good. Yeah. I did a clitoris joke. I did a sphincter joke, I think in the same episode.
Sometimes you got to take swings, man.
Yeah, dude. You were talking about sin and FF10 sphincter.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And I was vaping my Elf Bar, so I was trying to pull the weight.
Oh, thank you.
Giving you
so news.
Grand Theft Auto 6. So as we all know, Rockstar put out a trailer a tad bit early. Originally scheduled to come out on December 5th at 9 a.m. Eastern time.
Mm-hmm. Much to Jeff Keighley's chagrin.
It was leaked.
Put it on the Game Awards.
I bought a lot of crypto though for some reason.
Did you?
After watching the leaked trailer? Yeah.
I've heard that. You're not the only person who said that.
Yeah. It just had the big watermark on it, just by crypto. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, also
the leaked version did.
One of the owners of Rockstar, or the main developers of the game, is now like a partner or a co-owner of like a crypto thing. I didn't read into that news, but no, crypto is going to be pushing that game pretty hard.
There's going to be some fucky shit with the online portion of that. It's going to be like Shark Card, Bitcoin, raid your parents' wallet sort of thing. But the trailer did leak on the 4th. I was at work when it happened, and I remember exactly where I was standing.
Did you pretend to be sick or have to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, I was like, I gotta go take a dump.
Where were you when JFK was killed?
I was also working.
Right.
And then
Trick question, not really dead.
He'd be ancient as fuck.
Yeah.
Not if he's a robot.
Or a vampire.
He'd be in a Metal Gear Solid game.
Yes,
in response to the leak,
Snake.
Rockstar decided to throw the trailer out early on the 4th and said, here, check it out.
We're not going to miss those views.
As of this morning, the trailer has amassed 137 million views in 5 days, which, if I did my math right, means that trailer has played for 2.5 days straight. So since they've put it up, half the time it's just been playing, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that great of a trailer.
In 13 hours.
Hot take. Everyone else is freaking about it. I'm like, I thought it looked like a fine trailer.
It looks okay.
I did not get a boner. Like, I just kind of
okay. It's another one of these.
Wow, they got jiggle physics for butts now.
I thought it looked amazing. Like, at least the game.
I think the game looks astonishing.
Yeah, but
that's hard to deny.
Yeah. Better than I thought it would, but at the same time, I thought it was going to look pretty good. So
it's going to be a good game.
It's been 12. It's going to have been 12 years.
Yeah,
if it comes out in 25.
Josh said it in the Discord, and he's right. It will be delayed till 2026, probably Q1, Q2. That's where I'm. If I was a betting man,
I don't think they can get away with delaying it anymore.
I don't get excited until games are out. I try and really temper my expectations. And Hollow Knight Silksong is still coming out this year. They said it's coming out this year, so we're gonna. I'm fingers crossed.
There you go. Better.
The Grand Theft Auto trailer broke the world record for most viewed video on YouTube in 24 hours in 13 hours. So it only took 13 hours to take the record for Mr. Beast, which was previously like 59 million views in 24 hours. So
wow,
it's been
take that, Mr. Beast.
People have been watching it quite a bit.
I poured a beer.
Oh yes, what are we drinking?
This is from Templin Family Brewing out of Salt Lake City, and I couldn't drink this there because I didn't want to drink out of a can at the bar. Anything over 5%, they have to serve out of cans in Salt Lake.
Oh, yeah.
But because this would have been like, and you know when you drink a can in a brewery or in a bar, for some reason it's like $5 more expensive than just buying the can and taking it home. They add that extra price. But this is Del Mar. It's an imperial stout, American style imperial stout. Templin Family Brewing, one of the best brewings in Salt Lake. So classic stout.
Classy can.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, great work on the design.
And we got a pastry stout for the next beer too, because I know Tom likes pastry stout, so that'll be next.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Stouts are largely my least favorite beer, and this is very tasty.
Which is it just that it's too much?
Big, simple
stout.
I'm
I'm just not a big stout guy. I'm kind of working that way though.
Yeah. It's starting to get the stout season for
it is stout season.
For me.
It's the stay at home.
Yeah.
Like I have to stay inside.
Like,
'cause there's
baby,
nothing
it's
to
cold
do out.
outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me a fucking thick ass beer.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, throw some peanut butter in that stout.
That's what I'm talking
Game
about.
over.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, so Grand Theft Auto, obviously, big news right now. Everybody's watching the trailer like hundreds of times. I know I've watched it like an obscene amount of times. I called my mom to see if she had seen it, and I'm not even kidding.
You called your mom.
I did.
That's like a 9/11 thing.
When's the last time you called your mom?
I call my mom
Before
every
that?
day.
Oh, okay.
So
Mom.
this was natural.
Hey, Mom, did you see the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer?
And she was like, Tyler, it is 2:30 in the morning. Go to sleep.
I just I don't get the thought process. You're like, I gotta get this out.
No, I was calling my mom anyway, and it just happened to come up. I'm like, oh, the new trailer for the game came out.
Right.
It looks really cool.
Did you buy that crypto, Mom?
My mom's like, what's crypto?
Super dumb.
I mean, it's a great trailer.
It
And
looks-
it's going to be a great game. My favorite part was the 6 being the VI from Vice City.
Very classy.
I'm excited to go back to Vice City. I wish it was set in the 90s instead of, it looks like it's just modern. It
Yeah.
would have been fun to have it because
Well, you have the
know
whole
that-
county,
and they're
It's not
leaning
gonna
into
just be
like
Vice City.
a Tarantino feel to the game. I think
It does
Yeah.
give me true romance vibes with the Bonnie and Clyde
Yeah.
possible relationship that's going to be going on. And
Yeah.
as somebody who lived in Florida for 6 years, they nailed it. They fucking nailed Florida. That is
Yeah.
accurate.
One of my favorite parts of the trailer, I didn't know this until I went online afterwards. All of like the crazy people in the trailer, like the person's covered in mud or like,
Yes.
all of it is real viral videos. Like someone,
There's a real life
Yep.
analog.
Yeah.
To all of them. Yeah.
and they got sued already by, who is it?
the Joker
The
guy?
Florida Joker for
Yeah.
using his likeness in the game. And I think he's got a chance there because they actually
I don't
using
think he's
like,
going to find representation.
it's interesting though. I think
Parody.
Rockstar probably also knows like
parody
this.
law.
This is great.
It's
Yeah,
also
plus-
you don't own videos shot of yourself if you didn't upload them. If you're like a viral hit and someone filmed you, that's not your property. So you can't claim you are IP.
If
Yeah, they
they're,
ran into this when Lindsay Lohan tried to do it for Grand Theft Auto 5.
I don't think she had a leg to stand on. I don't know. I think this guy. I mean, to be doing someone's movements and likeness.
Yeah.
I think there's more of an argument to be made for these people.
I would agree with that, but
I believe
yeah,
I believe if they changed enough about the character itself, because none of this was 1-to-1, technically speaking. I saw all the comparison videos that people put up. I think they changed just enough to make this like its own level, and I'm sure Rockstar, if anyone's going to have something ironclad, they know what they're doing.
and either that, I mean, and notwithstanding that, they have the power to countersue or just litigate,
Ruin the life of the Florida Joker, who probably doesn't have a lot of cash to begin with. He spent it all on shitty tattoos.
Yeah.
So
I just thought it was interesting.
meth.
I almost think Rockstar was planning for this to happen for more publicity.
yeah.
Well, they have
Set a good tone.
beyond fuck you money. They have an infinite money. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
It's all
almost
those
their own
shark
country.
cards.
It's supposed to be the most expensive game ever made, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
by the time it's
But the reason I was thinking Tarantino vibes, because also in that leaked footage we saw before, the older leak, they show a couple holding up a cafe, very Pulp Fiction-y.
Oh, yeah.
And
hey honey bunny.
so that's why I was hoping for 90s. I thought 90s would be a cool setting. But Vice City, it'll be fun regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the main character, Lucia, if you pay attention to the trailer, someone pointed this out to me. It tells her story in reverse up until like when she gets out of jail.
Yeah.
If you go
Oh.
backwards,
that. Yeah.
if you go backwards, it's literally like this is from the beginning to the end. I bet there's something thematic to that.
Sure.
That does make sense.
Yeah, it could be. Maybe the game's told in flashback.
Do you remember? And also, I don't know if you have this in your news item. People freaking out that there's a girl protagonist.
I mean, it's,
of course,
it's gamers and also the internet. What did you
It's
think
so
was going to
stupid.
happen?
And then people were claiming she was like transgender or something for no reason.
I think I saw a bulge.
Yeah, the bikini girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a moose knuckle. I swear to God.
I swear to God, she must have a giant veg.
People just need to get a fucking
I think the
Got a sweet veg.
one of the
insert clitoris joke.
probably one of the coolest aspects of the trailer is the fact that they used the Tom Petty song and like his catalog has spiked.
Yeah, I
as
read.
far as like Spotify listens and like downloads and shit. So
What was the song again?
Love is a long road.
Yeah, it was actually one that I wasn't familiar with, and I
don't know that one.
I didn't either. And when I was listening to it, I'm like, who is this fucking Tom Petty?
It might be late Tom Petty.
I think it's late Tom Petty because
he had some good albums.
Yeah,
I think I read that particular song has been it's been streamed like 36,000% more than last month.
Yeah,
wow!
Just based off the trailer, I added it to my playlist. It's a fantastic song.
It's really great. Yeah, and I hope it gets all the kids, the youngins, the Petty Estate. TP.
They nailed it twice then because the previous Vice City was a flock of seagulls, right? For the trailer,
I ran.
Dude, they're nailing it.
And I'm going to go ahead and say I saw Flock of Seagulls at Summerfest. It was one of the worst bands I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Wang Chung fucking delivered, though.
Wang Chung was great.
Everybody Wang Chung.
And it's the only reason I was obsessed with the 80s for a while was, a lot of it was Vice City. So
yeah,
the reason I went and saw those two bands because of Vice City.
Did you guys know that another trailer dropped on the 4th and nobody's talking about it? I didn't even.
Last of Us, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Last of Us remastered.
Oh.
Part 2.
Maybe that's why no one cares.
But I watched the trailer this morning because I didn't even know about it.
For those listening, Dylan's a face right now.
They are remastering a game that came out in 2018 for the PlayStation 5. It'll cost $10 if you already own the PlayStation 4 version. Otherwise, it'll be probably a full $70 purchase.
That's cool. Go buy a PS4 version for $10-15 bucks.
Do it right now.
I can't wait to have a snowball fight in 4K.
Dude, it's so fun. They are adding a few things to The Last of Us Part 2 remaster. A roguelike mode called No Return.
That's kind of cool.
It looks pretty cool. It's very. It reminds me of Resident Evil Mercenaries mode that's on there. You can play as a fuck ton of the characters in the game, not just your normal protagonists of Abby and
more content is
Ellie.
good.
On top of that, there's going to be 3 lost levels that weren't in the game, which doesn't really interest me.
The poisonous mushrooms.
Yeah, the super jump.
3 lost levels. I'm not sure the game needs them. The game is a very well-crafted story, and those were probably left out for a reason, but I'm interested.
They're just trying to justify purchasing it again.
The cool thing is the guitar. You know how you play guitar in it? There will be...
I don't know. I've never played it.
Oh, you can...
I played the snow fight, and then I'm like, this game sucks.
They have a pretty cool guitar like simulator thing on it, and they're going to have just guitar-only mode, so you can actually get on there and just fuck around with the guitar, which is the closest I'm going to get to Guitar Hero probably till the rest of the day I die.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Guitar Hero's coming back.
I'll believe it when I see it.
No, now that Xbox in Activision Blizzard... Well, that's one of the things they've talked about. Is like, we want to bring Guitar Hero back.
Bring Rock Band back. The whole shebang.
Bring it all back.
With the pro drums, with the cymbals.
I think
bass.
it's rested long enough.
No,
well, Tyler, if you cash out all your crypto, you can maybe afford to fund that.
I don't know. I looked at my portfolio last, and I've taken a major L on Dogecoin, and it's not been good. So
I made it big on Ethereum for a minute.
Ethereum's a big boy one.
Yeah, and I had to cash out because I was low on funds. So, but now I'm okay.
You guys are so woke.
So the last
Your
of Us...
right-wing commentary is not welcome here.
Yeah, go back to the Rogan podcast.
Guys, I'm sorry. I haven't done this in a while. Okay.
January 19th, if you want to play The Last of Us Remaster Part 2.
Don't want to.
I will. I'm going to buy it for sure.
You're gonna buy the $10 upgrade.
Hell yeah.
Okay, good.
I've bought that game like 7 times now.
I like the
Last
taste,
of Us?
though.
That's
With the 2 of them, I bought it on the 3, the 4, the 5, and then I bought Part 2, and then I'm going to get the remaster, so it'll be 5 times.
How many times have you played through the game? That many times?
I've played 1 like 5 times. I think I've played 2 twice now.
Wow.
I'm waiting for the
That's
remaster
depressing.
to play a third.
You ever get depressed?
Is there a Pedro Pascal?
It is a very depressing
Yeah,
time.
but
It's a very sad
Are
game.
those games really fun? I never thought they were.
They're very
fun.
stressful.
Yeah.
Just watch the show.
It's not the same.
It's better.
It's better.
Speaking of shows, Amazon dropped a trailer for the Fallout series, and we
Yes.
finally got our first look at it.
Saw that.
Fuck yes.
Did everybody watch it?
Looks
Yes.
pretty good, yeah.
Now, Tom, you are notoriously a giant Fallout fan.
Huge Fallout fan, probably my favorite franchise of all time. And I was not expecting much, but I got to tell you, it's like I winced when I pressed play for the first time for the trailer. Like,
Yeah.
please,
It's Pandora's box.
I'm stealing myself to like, this is gonna suck.
Is the show
And it
dead
did
or
suck.
alive?
Like, I thought it had a good tone. The
yeah.
Brotherhood of Steel armor guys were like, I'm like, shit.
They look pretty good.
Pretty
Yeah, they
good.
look great.
Yeah.
Seeing him at the Game Awards was funny.
Yeah.
He's just on stage. Doing
It looked
nothing.
light. It looked like less heavy on stage.
Of course,
It's all
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, it's like probably like a
Most of
4-foot
that is
dude on
plastic.
stilts, and
Yeah.
I was watching like the hand movements. You could tell it was just like somebody with like a little like
Oh, sure.
handle in his
Now,
costume.
I actually am starting to have a lot of faith in these adaptations because I don't know if any of you guys have watched Twisted Metal. It gets my sincere positive recommendation.
certified
It is
fresh.
It's certified. It's certified,
Certified hot.
fresh.
Oh shit!
I do need to watch it still, only because of your recommendation.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
It's honestly extremely funny and interesting.
We are in the golden age of video game adaptations.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that's
think.
because Hollywood found out that you can't cram a 45-hour game in a 2-hour movie. It takes seasons of television to make that work.
Well, I mean, Mario Brothers movie. Sonic is getting a third movie because they're so profitable.
Yeah, but those are you can't cram all of The Last of Us in a 2-hour movie. It'd be terrible. Look at the Resident Evil movies.
Arguably,
I
I
will not.
could cram.
I will not.
Arguably, you could.
I've never. I mean, I tried Fallout 3 or 4 for like 15 minutes one time. The
You're
game
not a
didn't.
Bethesda boy.
I like certain Bethesda.
B-boy, no B-boy.
The game didn't click for me, but the trailer, I fucking so on board.
Well, all I had to see was Walter Goggins.
Walton.
I always say Walter. I don't know why.
Just
Sir
go with
Walton Goggins.
Just go with Walt.
I'm just gonna call him Gogs.
Yeah, the Gogs.
The Gogs.
Yeah, he looked great. He's a ghoul.
Yeah,
or he,
he
has
looks-
like a pre-ghoul phase, and
Yep.
He's a little too sexy to be a ghoul,
I know. I was hoping him.
Still very fuckable. With
even with the nose gone.
right.
I'm like, okay, I guess the radiation didn't hit you that hard, but whatever.
I hope he talks like a ghoul, but probably not.
Like this.
this is bonkers out here on the wasteland. I
This
is
is
Creole
Creole for some reason.
Yeah,
was trying to go for Bible bonkers from Righteous Gemstones.
but yeah, trailer looked good, so I'm going to be cautiously optimistic. We'll see if it sticks the landing.
The effects look great. Like the ships that were flying around, I'm like, yeah, that all works.
Yeah,
All the actors looked great. I know that the main character woman, her name, she was in a lot of other
Something
things.
Purnell?
Yeah, Jordan.
Chris Parnell.
Cyril Figgis.
I don't know. Apparently, she's very talented.
Didn't
My
Todd
wife.
Howard like make a statement like this is canon?
He did. That was the next thing I was going to say. He came out and said it was canon, and Jonathan Nolan said that they are creating their own storyline with new characters set in the Fallout world. So we don't really have to worry about crossover with the games, but we could expect to maybe see these guys in games later on.
So it's not a whole season of them learning to desalinate water.
No.
need the water chip. Yeah. They had dog meat, or what looks to be dog meats.
Yeah, with like severed hand in his mouth,
Yeah.
and I was like, "What a good boy!"
Fuck yeah.
I like-
Best boy.
Yes, I like when the Vault Dweller, the main girl that we're gonna follow, I guess. There's like a shot of her walking through the desert, and a tumbleweed is blowing by, and she's never seen one before, so she like stops and she's like just checking it out,
That's
like
cool.
it might attack her. So it looks like it's gonna have some humor. The violence looks like it's there, so I'm on board.
Ron Perlman.
Big
better be in
cockroaches, rad roaches.
Oh yeah, that was gross.
While we're on video game adaptations, Halo Season 2.
Oh yeah,
Ew, what? They're actually.
It got announced.
there. Yeah,
it's this time it's supposed to be darker
I don't give a fuck.
What the fuck?
with 40%.
What are you talking about?
Did you guys
Master
watch
Chief
the first
having
one?
sex with a
Tyler,
prisoner
what are you? What
isn't
is that
dark enough?
edgelord stance? Like this time, it's pretty dark. I hear.
No, I'm just saying. that's
Master
what they said.
Chief took his helmet off and fucked a prisoner. There's nothing darker than that.
Yeah. Did you guys actually watch the first?
No.
I
season?
only watched the sex scene.
I'm diehard Halo. I am a huge Halo
in
person.
hand.
Yeah.
I hated the first episode so hard I couldn't watch more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But also, Twisted Metal got announced for season 2.
Good.
As well as the Legend of Zelda movie got announced since we did our last episode.
yeah.
How did it happen? Like Miyamoto made a post on Nintendo, like, "Oh, we are working with Sony to make a Legend of Zelda movie," which that
Right.
seemed very weird to me.
The success because Illumination is tied with Sony, as brands and companies. So I think with the success of the Mario movie, they're kind of just like, well, as long as we get like certain creative controls, we might be able to make this thing fucking work.
I'm worried about
Is
Avi
this live action?
Arad.
Live
Live
action.
action.
Yeah.
It's
That's the most troubling part.
It's getting produced
Yeah.
by the person who produced Morbius. producing Madam Web.
Producers are a little bit different than creators.
Look,
Oh yeah, that's right.
But he
not a great track.
Yeah, he produced like pretty much all of the Sony superhero films. That's most of his track record. I looked at his filmography, and then it was the screenwriter is Derek Connolly, known for Jurassic World. He co-wrote the original Rise of Skywalker with Colin Trevorrow, which that was a much better script.
Yes.
So, yeah, so I'm hopeful. It's a ways off still, but
Yeah.
I'm getting the feeling that we're going to find out pretty quick that none of the people who are making this are going to stay the same people. Eventually, Nintendo's going to have exacting control, and they're going to be able to say, we don't want this person, they're doing it wrong. We're going to see a lot of this shit because that's what they do.
Thanks
with
for your
all these
first
things
draft.
now.
And
It's like Edgar Wright with Ant-Man. It's just like too funny. Get rid of him.
way too much personality.
Weird.
We want this to be garbage.
Yeah. Well, the first Ant-Man's good.
You can still feel Edgar Wright's fingerprints on that film, despite him not being there.
That's true.
Yeah. Just wanted to mention those other adaptations.
I just can't imagine. They have to get an unknown to play Link. That is the only way that works.
I'm bummed it's not animated. I thought it
Should be animated.
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
all accounts.
hand-drawn animation. Oh, that'd be so. Could you imagine?
Excuse me. We already had that.
Honestly, the Spider-Verse animation is so popular. Just use that style. I'd watch that in a minute.
I think any of those over the live action. I just don't see that playing well. I mean,
Yeah. Especially with the whole silent protagonist.
yeah, how are they going to do that?
I don't know how that would.
I don't
It'd
think
probably
it'll be
play better in
silent.
an animated.
He probably
world.
in the script. Here's what I'm going to do, just as I did with Sonic. He is born mute. That's it.
Okay.
Like that's like his disability, and
No.
it's supposed to
And he
endear you
likes
to
chili
him. Or
dogs.
he gets like slashed in the throat, and he's like, "Oh,"
Maybe.
and he's like, "Oh God."
Right, he's a trach. He's got a trach ring.
This is the last.
I won't save you.
Believe me, it's not cancer.
I would say maybe not born mute. If you want to go that way, suffers from a curse from Ganon that takes his voice away.
Sure, a
Yeah.
bit of an Ursula
What a calamity.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I hope that. I mean, Breath of the Wild seems like the tone for the film that they should take.
yeah.
I would prefer something a little more whimsical, but
I mean, I agree, but what's hot and selling right now in Zelda is going to be what it is.
They should do Ocarina of Time and have William Dafoe play the moon.
I just went.
William Dafoe.
I went
you
120
mean
minutes.
that's Majora's Mask you're thinking of,
Yeah.
by the way.
You're
Sure.
thinking of
cool.
Willem Dafoe.
Dog, we are on
I
a
said
video.
what I said.
We are on a video game podcast that sometimes talks about movies, and you got both of those.
I know. I got up early today.
I just want to hear 120 minutes of listen.
Who will play Tingle?
Me.
Settled.
That's
That
a great
works.
question. Hugh Grant.
Again. I am actually, they call me big for my Oompa Loompa size. We watched the trailer last night at the movie theater. It looks better than it should.
Wonka.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I'm hearing good things about early screenings.
It looks better than it should. So, Tyler, you know what really helps me on my long gaming sessions? It's this wonderful little product called Magic Mind.
Hell yeah.
It's a energy supplement. You take one in the morning and it helps prevent midday crash, helps keep you focused, helps you stay in the game.
Honestly, I think
Preach.
it's fantastic. It comes in these nice little. I describe them even as like small bottles, but I like calling them capsules because I think that's a little more interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it just makes you feel like you're having a mana potion. That's what I describe it as.
If you're feeling low on MP, you're going to want one of these suckers.
Absolutely.
Magic Mind, yeah, it's an energy supplement. It's got adaptogens. It tastes like matcha, and it's become a part of my daily routine. And we're very happy to say that we can offer a special promotion just for our listeners for up to 56% off your first purchase. Go to magicmind.com/DC and use discount code DOGCAST20 and give it a try. You can get just, a small amount, or you can sign up for the subscription. We do recommend a subscription. It's a great deal.
Quick recommendation for the Magic Mind: put it in lemonade. Ooh. It tastes awesome.
It tastes great.
Yeah. It mixes well with everything. My wife puts it in her coffee.
But yeah, so if you want to check it out, go to magicmind.com/DC and use discount code DOGCAST20.
Did anybody play Gollum yet?
I almost bought it at a Black Friday
Lord
sale.
of Ring Gollum. No.
Yeah.
The Lord of the Ring Gollum. Because that's what they...
It's Lord of Ring.
In their apology statement, that's what it said.
Yeah.
They
We love the Lord of Ring.
It may not be the worst game released this year.
Oh, I heard about this.
The Walking Dead. I bet you didn't know that they are making another game.
I heard about this.
And I bet you, well, I guess you do know that it's out. And
it's called like Dual Destinies or something.
yeah, it lets players change events from the first couple seasons of the game,
And
and
they all look awful.
it looks terrible.
Yeah.
Everything about it is just bad.
Yeah.
Are you going to play it, Mr. Walking Dead?
No, I gave up on The Walking Dead after season 6, 7.
Okay.
Negan. Negan's when I was like, all right, I'm out.
The most that I know about from Walking Dead was from Death Stranding, I think.
Yeah, I did think a lot about The Walking Dead. I'm glad I didn't have to see
And following Kojima on Instagram, that's why I know anything about Walking Dead. Yeah.
It's also made by the same devs that made the King Kong game, so I just wanted to point that out.
The Skull
Those
Island
guys are
one.
batting 1,000 for terrible games.
Yeah. Same publisher, I think. Different.
Isn't it called like Game Mill or something
Game.
like that?
That's the public. Yeah. Game
Yeah.
Mill out of Minnesota.
That is not a good
Yeah.
name for a company.
It's
Yeah.
essentially what
Let's
they're
churn
but
it
it's
out,
what they
boys.
do.
Yeah.
Let's churn it out.
Yep. Fuck yeah.
It's like a group of guys really like deep fried memes, and they're like, let's just make games like that.
Yeah.
And we'll just put them out, and people will love them.
Some people will buy those, and
I almost bought Gollum. It was $10, and I really want to see
honestly,
it.
you should
Yeah.
have.
It should come to Game Pass.
Didn't like GameStop have? I think I heard this on another podcast where they just it was like for $10, like Black Friday, and they just changed the description to like, "Come on, we know you're curious" or something like that. $10.
And I am. I also want to get Skull Island. I want to get them both, and I want to make my decision. I won't play Walking Dead. I just don't like the franchise.
If it was like cheap, I would like to go and just do every opposite decision that the show made and see how bad I could fuck up the story. But that'd be about it.
And I bet it'll play out just as well.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
A little piece of news that made me very happy and also incredibly, irritated. CD Projekt Red put out like a fucking graph for their stockholders, and it showed their workforce workflow on it, how many people were working on what. And now that they're ramping down Cyberpunk because Phantom of Liberty is out, and they just had their big update, and it seems like it's going well. Half the company is now working on The Witcher 4, which was codenamed Polaris.
Yeah.
And one of the devs behind it said that Geralt will return to he's going to be in the game in some form.
So it's about Siri then.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Which I didn't want to know that, and now you guys have to know that. And now I'm gonna speculate.
The worst part of The Witcher 3 gets an entire game.
You get to play as Dandelion.
I'm actually okay
That'd
with
be
that.
awesome.
I'm actually okay with being Dandelion.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys really think it's gonna be Siri's gonna be the main protagonist?
I remember she has the cat pendant, the House of the Cat, and one of the teasers is it in the snow.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I
That's-
didn't put two and two together.
Yeah.
I'd be down with playing with Siri. I was kind of hoping for a build your own Witcher kind of thing.
Oh, I'd love that.
Where
That'd
you
be
could
cool.
make your own and do your own story. I think that would have been a lot cooler to make a game in the universe like that, especially with how good the character creation and role playing turned out to be in Cyberpunk. They're definitely capable of doing it. But
I kind of don't not want to be Geralt. I'd rather just be fucking Geralt again.
If I can't
they're
be
gonna
him-
fucking do this,
Yeah,
sorry, he's like
Maybe he'll be
the
your
interesting
companion.
character.
yeah, he's a great character.
Yeah.
yeah, little more news on a game that I haven't played yet, but Final Fantasy 16 got 2 new DLCs that are being
One's already released.
yes,
One came out that day.
and one is supposed to come out in spring. I believe it was.
Yeah.
But I've heard great things about Final Fantasy 16.
I played.
I am so damn curious.
Tom, what are your thoughts?
Well, I enjoyed the game. Let's put it that way. Yeah,
You sound like you're really hot on it.
I was actually initially when I want to say okay, I liked the game overall. I really did. It got to me a little bit long towards the end. It's like okay, you could have wrapped this up.
I hear the story gets really long in the tooth towards the middle portion.
Yeah, there's kind of like a it's not grindy, but it does extend a little bit, like because it starts out very a lot of action, it's bombastic, and the story is actually like when it started out, I was like, holy shit, this story is like probably the best that I've experience in a Final Fantasy game in a long time.
Sure.
Also, George R. Martin might want to get his lawyers.
Ooh, that actually makes me
involved.
very interested.
But very heavily influenced from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
In a good way, but to the point where you start the game and there's like an analog character that's basically Sean Bean, just with red hair, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, so okay. Spoiler: this character's going to die.
Not much of a spoiler.
If you say anything, it's like a Sean Bean style character.
But
okay.
there's a lot of intrigue. There's like fighting houses, but then it just kind of
Then a god shows
gets
up.
into the whole typical end of a Final Fantasy game kind of trope, and that's where it's like, okay.
This secret MacGuffin from the X dimension
Yeah.
showed up.
Some guy
and now
sh-
we have to defeat death
But
itself.
Some guy shows up. There's a ominous heart playing. He has bad hair and he's showing way too much cleavage.
Yes.
and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, okay.
And
Now I know.
I didn't hate the combat. I thought it was pretty good. It's definitely one of those things where they give you a shit ton of powers that you can, elements that you can swap around, but you kind of end up just using the same ones that work for you for the entire game.
Now tell me, is the main villain a sexy, effeminate man, a gruff, mean man, or a giant whale?
All I can say is yes.
all of them.
I do like the design of what you would say the ultimate baddie, but very. It was pretty good. None of you guys played it? I'm assuming.
I will.
I don't have a PS5. So.
Oh, okay.
I am about to. I'm probably going to buy it next week sometime.
I just
Yeah.
want you all to know I'm very upset that no one has a physical copy of Spider-Man 2 I can borrow.
I was going to ask you guys if you had one. Actually, yeah. And then when you texted me, I'm like, shit.
I bought
All right.
I bought Alan Wake 2 digital. I'm going to buy Baldur's Gate digital.
It's only digital for Alan Wake.
Yeah.
It is. Baldur's Gate will get a dope ass physical release for the same price in January, but I want to play it before January.
I downloaded it. Yeah.
and now I had to get Spider-Man 2. I'm going to try and get that physical at least. But, yeah.
I'm waiting for a sale.
I got Mario Wonder. There's actually some good sales on like some, I think QVC or some site like that, where you donate $1 and they'll take $30 off your purchase. So go buy a video game there. I got Mario Wonder for $40, so that was good.
Where
Not
at?
bad.
I'll look it up on
Okay.
Wario64 was posting about it.
That's cool.
I have a couple things from the news I'd like to bring up.
Okay.
Sony is deleting purchase shows for some users.
For the Discovery Channel, right?
Due to our current licensing arrangements with content providers, you will no longer be able to watch any of the previously purchased Discovery content, and the content will be removed from your video library. You purchased these, you own these, we're deleting them off of your consoles.
Does it say what shows they are or who owns the rights? Because I
shit
just have
like
this suspicion
Mythbusters.
that Max is wrapped up in this. Discovery Max has got their
100%.
It's got to be something over there.
Over 1,300 seasons of shows like Animal Planet Presents, Cake Boss, Deadliest Catch, American Chopper, How It's Made, and Mythbusters will be removed.
Oh, I love how it's made.
Honey Boo Boo is a great show.
Sure.
But
That's
it's-
TLC.
It's not. Well, it's not even about the shows, which I don't really care about any of them. It's about you buying something digitally and them going in there and removing.
Well,
it
have
from
you
the
ever
console.
read any of the agreements you do in these services? It
No.
explicitly states that you don't own it.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean,
It's a lifetime rental
yeah,
until they terminate it.
it's just you are purchasing it. Yeah, there's of course the extra fucking fine print.
There's something to say about good faith, but
It's a betrayal.
yeah.
And it's just the first of what could be many. Oh, we actually don't want that game available anymore. We're going to delete it off your console.
If it goes to game, like if it starts applying to games, I think people will start rebelling.
I mean,
more so
it
than
already
this,
has.
But I mean, games where you can still download the games even if they stop selling them. If you bought them already, you can still download.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know of a situation, and there probably has been, where if you bought a game, they completely took it away and say, fuck you, but thank you for your purchase, and your patronage, but you
Yeah.
can never have access to this again. If that ever happens on any of the big networks, Sony, Xbox, Steam, or whatever, I think that's when you're going to get a big mutiny.
They're not even returning the money to these people.
No compensation of any kind is bullshit.
Like, I'm sorry we took Deadliest Catch. Here's 5 seasons of American Chopper. Like,
Right, Ice Road Truckers. Come
Yes.
on.
Here is credits to purchase a different show. Something.
Yes.
Even at a reduced price, maybe. Yeah.
Shout out to Gaming Off the Grid. I watched their video. This is what brought my attention to it. They'll be on next week's WrestleMania 17 episode.
All those guys. Tell them I say hi.
Ubisoft had a full screen pop-up ad appear in Assassin's Creed Odyssey showing their new Black Friday sale. Full screen, middle of gameplay, boom.
Really?
And
Lovely.
naturally,
I've read about this.
Naturally, people were upset, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, it was a glitch." Those fuckers.
But did you check out those prices?
They were testing the waters. I guarantee.
Oh,
you.
absolutely.
Oh, it was a technical error.
Dopey, the janitor, he pressed the big red button that he found so shiny and pretty.
What's this button do?
I don't like it, but I could see ads in a game like Grand Theft Auto because there's billboards and buses where you can plaster your ad all over the place.
So you were just walking through the game and all of a sudden just boom.
Yep, just an ad takes over most of your screen.
I don't know if I hallucinated it, but I thought I saw a screenshot of it.
Yeah, I've seen a screenshot of it.
Damn.
Wu-Tang Action RPG is in the alpha stage.
There's a Wu-Tang action RPG?
Yes, this was leaked 2021 that this might be happening. Apparently, it's an alpha stage now. Third-person melee combat can be co-op up to 4. Features a massive catalog of the Wu-Tang music.
Fuck yeah.
And art style of Into the Spider-Verse is what the current leak is talking about.
Give it to me.
That sounds
I'm
great.
going to guess this is going to look awful.
We'll see. I'm sure at least it'll have good music.
All right. Well,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting.
I mean,
anyways.
thank God, this is why AI was invented, so it could bring back old dirty bastard.
There's a digital performance in-game from ODB.
Hell yeah. Hey, dirty.
I don't really know.
I'm an algorithm. Won't you?
Call of Duty Modern Warfare had an absolutely horrible launch November 10th. Reviews called it shallow, short, rushed, lowest rated mainline Call of Duty game on Metacritic.
Still the best selling game of the year.
Probably.
and you still have to have Call of Duty 2, and then this is a download as a new game. So essentially,
This was made as an expansion and then changed to be a full game.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep. And I looked it up. Since 2005, there's been a Call of Duty game released every year. At least one every year since 2005, which kind of blew my
'cause
mind.
They said they were going to take a year off back in like the Black Ops era, and I was like, "Good, you need it."
And then they were like shopping for couches online, like, we should do another one.
Yeah.
and they only shop at like our house or like one of those
Yeah.
like fancy retailers that cost $1 bajillion.
Right. I heard the multiplayer is still pretty good. I don't play these games anymore. Or I'll dip in every like 3 years and play a campaign.
And then you just sigh and you go, all right.
I did
of these.
see one of the people behind Call of Duty talking shit to Mr. Judge Kratos himself after what he said at the Video Game
I
Awards.
can't wait to talk about that.
that was funny.
A couple people responded to him.
Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora is reviewing pretty well. I thought I just mentioned that. I want to check it out.
Somebody I saw on Reddit that somebody got an advanced copy of it, so they tried to play it and it wouldn't start. So they changed their PlayStation internal clock and launched it in offline
trick
mode.
in the book.
Yeah.
I love it.
Still didn't start for them.
Oh, damn it.
So
That's every trick that I have.
Yeah, fuck you, Mr. Rossetti.
it may require online connection to play.
At least for now, probably.
Yeah.
That's all the extra news that I wanted to bring up.
That's interesting.
The only other thing I got is the day before launch on Steam has been horrible. I don't know if any of you guys followed that game from a few years ago. They showed off a really pretty gameplay trailer, and I'm using air quotes when I say gameplay trailer.
Right.
For the Unreal Engine back before anybody was really fucking with it. Looked amazing. Very Last of Us-y. And it's supposed to be an open world MMO. It is utterly and completely broken.
Day before.
It's bad. Just look up a video about it.
Did you hear that they're remastering The Last of Us 2 remastered?
Yeah, I love it. Can't wait.
Just announced.
It's coming out next
World premiere.
next year.
The last two things I got
World are we
is
living in?
the devs over...
Final Fantasy VII Remake Remastered. That's right.
It's coming.
Whoa!
You saw
I can see Cloud's pimples.
Did you see the jiggle physics in Grand Theft Auto? It's coming to the Cosmo Canyon.
Whoa!
Speaking
that
of-
old man's got some shake
She's got a jiggle, baby.
in that
Kate
steak.
said. Yeah.
Speaking of Jiggle, the devs behind Baldur's Gate are just the horniest bastards ever because they added jiggle physics to the cock and balls and the
I see
mirrors.
Is there penis in the
You
game?
got to do it.
Oh yeah.
You get to
There's
choose your
probably
penis, yeah.
So much
So
dangle.
if you move your character back, he attempts a helicopter dick if you go fast enough.
I need to
nice.
play this game.
You'll
me
be
too.
you'll be happy to know my warlock has a giant swinging dong circumcised.
oh, yes.
Yeah.
Can you tattoo your penis in the game?
No, but you can get tattoos.
I made a gigantic paladin. I gave him the tiniest penis in the game. That'd be hilarious.
Steroids.
He overcompensates with his
Yes,
giant
and a
hammer.
Ferrari.
One of the best classes, by my understanding.
Paladin is
Best
really
classes,
fun.
best asses.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to play that game.
There's some sexy motherfuckers in that game.
And then the last thing, I was going to talk a little bit about Bethesda because of the way they've been like answering people's comments about.
They've been
Starfield.
responding to mid reviews.
Yeah, and I started typing something up, but then Jakey put out a video this morning on how Bethesda's game formula is essentially tired and broken, and it's just a fantastic watch. It's like 35 minutes. He goes real in depth, and he actually has some really nice cinematography in this one. It's a very special video, but he touches on it. Just do yourself a favor, watch that video because Jakey's great.
I would probably fully agree with it. Playing Starfield, a game that should have at least made it into my top 10.
He kind of turned me off of the game entirely.
Dude, I will lend it to you. I don't see any point for you to play it.
Let's talk about what we've been playing
Sure.
after the break.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
But that's it. That's all I got for the news.
We're going to take a quick break to hear from another amazing show from the Tokyo Beat Podcast Network, and we'll be right back.
We're all going to make out, and then we just have to wipe off the sweat, and then we'll be back.
Spaceships,
Magic swords,
intergalactic empires,
dead gods,
and creatures from beyond the moon.
what mad universe could contain all these fantastic visions?
What Mad Universe is a bi-weekly podcast.
Delving into the misty origins of sci-fi and fantasy, pop culture and genre tropes.
Take a cosmic trip on What Mad Universe podcast. Now on the Tokyo Beat Podcast Network.
Today's show was brought to you by EPOS Gaming Audio. With a comprehensive lineup of both wired and wireless headsets, gaming amplifiers, microphones, and webcams, EPOS has everything you need to experience the power of audio. Like their H6 Pro lineup, which features two versions, an open or closed headset. The closed headset allows you to tap into exceptionally detailed audio and seals out ambient noise, while the open version delivers natural high-fidelity audio with an incredible soundstage. Both headsets include a magnetic detachable microphone and a sleek design that has no wild RGB configurations, just good design. Listeners can save 15% by visiting www.eposaudio.com/gaming and entering code EPOSFRIEND15 at checkout. That is EPOSFRIEND15 at checkout.
All right, everybody. Welcome back.
And we're back.
So, what have you been playing?
Console critters.
Oh, I thought you wanted to do what we've
We
been
should
playing.
do console critters first.
Okay, we can do that.
We'll do it quick.
All right.
Take two.
Yes.
Console critters, console the critters.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Console critters.
I didn't approve of this song. Yeah.
Written by Dylan.
Oh, fuck. I guess it's great.
Royalties, motherfucker.
Would like to start.
I'll start out with Nintendo. Brad wrote some stuff down here. A lot of this is, we were talking about it before the podcast, but in general, Nintendo isn't going through a hell of a lot. We did talk about the Zelda movie, which that's something. I guess I really liked the Mario Brothers movie, so I'm into it. Just impress me. It doesn't take much these days.
Yeah.
My standards are getting so low, man. But Nintendo, they've released some stuff on their virtual console, as I still call it. I refuse to call it anything else. Harvest Moon 64, great game, best Harvest Moon, my opinion, personally. I don't know if any of you guys have played it.
I have not, but I've out of all the Harvest Moons, it's that one and then another one that always gets referenced. I forgot.
Friends of Mineral Town or something.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Harvest Moon ad subtitle that I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. Might as well be. 1080 snowboarding.
Yeah.
Never played that one. It's good.
Yep. It's all right. I mean, it's no wave race, but it's made.
Hard to beat Wave Race.
I mean, that game is still a banger.
And a personal favorite that I was obsessed with, Jet Force Gemini from Rare, which I loved.
Yeah, never played it. I think it's on the rare like 30th anniversary.
Yeah, it's on the collection.
The collection, whatever.
I have heard about this, and I've seen videos. By the way, the Batman Arkham trilogy has come to the Nintendo Switch, and it is abysmal. By all
Specifically
accounts,
one of them.
Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand why they thought it was even a good idea. I don't know who was calling for this, or Nintendo, especially the Switch, with gamers seems to be the choice console, but secondary to whatever else you have.
You want to play the game first on a regular console.
Yes.
Then if you want it portable later, sure.
I got the Switch so that I could play Mario and Kirby and the games that I can't get on my PlayStation. But if it's available on the PS5, I'm gonna get it on there most likely, unless it's like Hades, which I own on both.
I owned all three.
I have Hades on 2 consoles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one here. Just one.
You're not really a gamer anymore, though.
Yeah.
So frugal.
I know.
Smash Brothers will celebrate its 5th anniversary. 5th?
Isn't that crazy? Smash Ultimate?
Out of here.
It's
All
old.
right. With new spirits in February, I can. I'm doing the jerk off motion, everyone.
I heard that
It's tough to. I was looking up news for Nintendo. It's pretty much like, Mario came out again.
Super Nintendo World will receive a Donkey Kong Country expansion in spring 2024.
A trailer was revealed. It looks fine.
You think they're gearing up for more Donkey Kong games?
That's what you hope for, right?
I mean, I fucking really hope.
Yeah.
I could use another sequel to Tropical Freeze.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Honestly,
I'm sure they
I
got
love
something in
that.
the pipeline for that.
Well, I'll message Dave. We'll see.
Yeah, Dave's got the inside track.
And Super Mario RPG, the remake, came out, which I have played. I don't want to get too far into it, but it's wonderful. It's essentially the same game.
Okay.
It looks nice.
Same dialogue and everything? Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, and it's a little more playable. You're not guessing as much. There's shadows underneath Mario for jumping,
That's cool.
so it helps. It helps with aiming.
I've never played it.
That's
Really?
weird to me.
Yeah, always wanted to, and I've seen I've watched large chunks of playthroughs of it, but yeah, I've actually never sat down and played the game. So I was thinking about maybe pulling the trigger finally, but
I'll let you borrow my copy. It's fine.
nice. I'm gonna put it in my mouth.
You're more than welcome to. Otherwise, keep doing what you're doing, Nintendo. You're still top of the line. Not a lot of controversy surrounding them this year, now that I think about it.
One cool thing I did see with that Batman trilogy that's coming to the Switch is they put
It's got Batman in it.
yes, but it also has Robert Pattinson's Batman in it.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
I saw the model; it didn't look great, but I was like, "Hey, you tried."
Because it's on basically like Arnold Schwarzenegger 1980 body.
They have George Clooney's Batman in there, right?
I think so.
I think they've got everyone.
They got a bunch.
Yeah,
I finally did watch the Batman. I enjoyed it.
yeah.
I'm still not sure what's cool about any of it, but it's
Where's eyeliner?
I thought it was.
I would say the eyeliner is what really.
It was a whole lot of pretty good. As soon as I saw the eyeliner, I'm like, Tyler's gonna be way into this.
I was way too into it. I watched it twice, back to back.
We got one more special beer here from Temple and Family Brewing. It says a small batch beer. This is Blueberry Pancakes Imperial Pastry Stout Bourbon Barrel Aged. I need one of those plosive things for these.
Pop filters. Baby.
Yep, the pop filter.
Can you read that again, but like Uncle Baby Billy?
Oh, I can't. I can't do an Uncle. I can't do an Uncle.
But you got all the bees in it.
I can't. I don't know how. I can't do a Walton.
Can you do
Dawkins.
it?
Let me see it. Hold on, I got to test.
God damn it! That's all I can.
Get out of here, nerd. So it'd be like
I'm your daddy. You're not my daddy.
Uncle Baby Billy's Baba Bonkers. Baba Bonkers. So this is blueberry pancakes. It's not bad. That was pretty good.
Yeah, there you go.
Bourbon barrel aged blueberry pancakes. It's as good as it's
I
gonna
didn't
get.
want to open this beer specifically until we had like a good crew here for it because it's like a special beer. So
Well, it's true. Thank you for providing this
I meant
delicious,
Dylan, not
delicious
you.
one. Yeah, no, I did not expect that.
I only came here so I could find you, so I could finally kill you.
Knew it.
I mean,
Tempe for podcasting.
they call it the big spoon curse.
Damn it. You're right. Yeah.
I'm not making an alibi at your show, I promise.
That's right. You're right. Yeah. I'm just going to kill you.
I loved your show.
My
Thomas.
wife was very sleepy and she was cooking when I left. I'm worried about her. Nothing bad will happen. Chat Xbox here.
I think there was a gas leak.
Not a ton of news with Xbox. FTC is continuing to fight the Activision deal.
It's not going to work.
What are they doing?
They're not. It's not going to work. It's already like pretty much gone all the way through. But
Money's in people's pockets now. It's done.
It's inevitable.
It was done while they were before it was even done.
we just want everyone to know we don't like it. They appeared in front of a 3-judge court panel in California, and Xbox kind of just laughed. Like, it's whatever. We don't care. Also, big news. There is a third version of the Xbox mini fridge now available. Whoa, it is
third version.
It is known as the Xbox Series X compact refrigerator. Just under 3 feet tall.
Series
Oh,
F.
geez.
$200. It is the biggest version of the mini fridge so far.
Why don't they just call it the Series F?
The series fridge.
Right.
Because that would make too much
Come
sense.
on. Come on, Phil.
My fridge looks like another thing. That's my impression of someone who bought it.
Hey, but is it cake? But is it fridge?
But
is it fridge?
Added to Game Pass since our last episode, Thirsty Suitors, Football Manager 2024, Dungeons 4, Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name. Curious about that one.
Yeah.
Wild Hearts, Spirit T, Persona 5 Tactica. Curious about that one as well.
I haven't touched it.
Semi-curious. Probably won't play it.
Just like Strikers, I played it for 5 minutes. I'm like, oh.
Same here.
I'm like, great.
Just give me more Persona.
I just don't like Muso games.
I like Muso games.
Roller Drome, Remnant 2, Remnant from the Ashes.
Heard Remnant 2 is a fucking banger.
Okay.
I hear it's a little worse than the first. Interesting.
I have played neither, but
The first one's
Remnant
fun.
2's on a lot of people's like best of the year list. So I'm like, and that just came out this year. So
I got about halfway through the first one.
yeah,
It's pretty good. It's just a third-person shooter with Dark Souls
okay.
style. Like,
Yeah,
you know how it is.
maybe I'll check it out.
It's fun.
Spirit of the North, Steam World Build, Clone Drone in the Danger Zone, Rise of the Tomb Raider, While the Iron's Hot, World War Z Aftermath, Goat Simulator 3, and Against the Storm.
Okay,
I didn't have any feelings about a lot of those games.
Roller Drome is actually a lot of fun. You would love Roller Drome.
A lot of eyeliner, Tyler.
Oh,
It's about doing stunts while shooting down enemies.
hell yeah.
okay.
And you're on rollerblades. It's actually pretty dope.
That sounds rad as
Very,
well.
sounds on my
very
alley.
arcadey, right?
Like Jet Grind Radio.
It's more like stages that you beat, yeah. So it has like a bit of that arcade style, but it's all framed under the idea that it's kind of like a murder ball kind of like futuristic thing where people are put into these environments.
Like that
to
classic
fight to the
Rebecca
death.
Romaine Stamos film, Rollerball.
Absolutely.
Remember that movie?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Name. Yeah.
It
I think
was
it's
like
a remake of a
It was like
Yeah, it was
roller
nice.
derby, but with like ramps and professional wrestling names.
Was that James Caan movie?
I don't know.
Was Keanu Reeves in that?
No, it had like that dude, that sensitive guy from American Pie, Chris something,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Klein.
and it had LL Cool J. Ladies love him.
I'm pretty sure Keanu Reeves is in that.
I don't think so.
A dude gets
No,
hit
that's
in
a
the,
walk in the clouds.
a dude gets hit in the face with the ball and dies.
No,
That's the lake house.
you're thinking of Speed.
It's like
That's the lake house.
that's Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Dracula, let go of my wife.
Whoa, it's a fucking ball, man.
I'm here to save you, Mina.
Still coming this month, Tin Hearts and Far Cry 6. Chat Xbox out.
There you go.
All right, this is Spartacus. How we doing? The biggest piece of news coming out of the PlayStation stratosphere is Power Wash Simulator.
Yeah.
You wanted it, we gave it to you. It is now free to play, and I'll tell you, I played like 6 hours of it, and it makes my brain feel good. Mm-hmm.
Great podcast game.
Yeah, it's super fun when you have a clear path, but then when it makes you clean little tiny things, it makes me so frustrated. So I deleted it.
Have you ever wielded a power washer?
Yes,
And it's good.
it's a lot of power.
It feels awesome.
It's like magic. It's like, this is water.
I witnessed a guy use one improperly and ruin an entire deck by like getting all the wood off. And he's like, it looks so clean. It's like, no, you just took all of the surface off the wood.
you took off the deck.
Yeah.
Let's keep it to concrete and brick, boys.
Did you download the FF7 free DLC for Power Wash Simulator or the Tomb Raider free DLC?
No, I didn't download any of them.
Okay.
No, I just played like the first 4 levels.
Because you can do wet t-shirt contests with Barrett, and it's amazing. That's not true.
Honestly, I would have believed it.
You got my hopes up there.
Yeah. Maybe I'll re-download it.
That was one of the few essential games. I found out that's what they're called. The games that you get for free, it's like 3 every month, they're called essential. They need to come up with a better naming system for all this.
None of them are that essential.
But it's Lego 2K Drive Power Wash Simulator and Sable.
Sable's good.
They since the last time we recorded, they added the Callisto Protocol, which I know I've said I've been playing recently. One of the most stressful games I've ever played. But that and Mafia 2 Definitive Edition was the other big heavy hitter that came out, which is a really, really pretty looking game since they remastered it.
Yep.
The PlayStation Portal is out.
Oh, yeah.
It's everywhere. They sold out of it, and now scalpers are getting their hands on it.
The trick is you release 20 of them, and then you can say it's sold out.
Hell yeah. It costs $200. Scalpers are selling them for like $300 to $400 at the very highest, which is just shitty.
These sons of bitches.
Just buy them.
Came out on the 15th. Sony was like, yo, we sold out. And I'm a big naysayer about it. From what I've read on the PlayStation subreddit of my own research, people fucking love it. It is going over like gangbusters for anybody who has it. And it's a lot of dads. It's a lot of...
It's dads who have to yield the TV.
Yes, it's a lot of dads who have kids and they're watching Paw Patrol. And he's like, well, I'm just trying to get my Diablo on over here.
That's why you buy the kid an iPad and you put Paw Patrol on in the other room so you can keep your gaming going.
Yeah. That's kind of the vibes I got from it, just from the reaction of the community.
Yes.
Here it's a dad and a husband.
When it was announced,
extension.
people were skeptical, like, who would want this? Then people got their hands on it now, and they're like, this is actually kind of lives up to the hype.
It does require a pretty strong internet connection, so the closer you are, the better. But overall, it's not too bad. And I've seen a couple videos now of the latency. Somebody playing Cyberpunk and loading it and jumping into the game. I couldn't really tell that there was any delay, which is really nice to see.
It does depend on your Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah.
Or, people are saying, like, you might want to wire your PS5 into your router, to get the best performance.
My internet at home is just barely over the threshold of where you ideally should be, which is probably a little bit lower than, so that a lot of people get it. But yeah, the Portal apparently is doing very well, which is surprising to me because I was not a fan of it.
I'm gonna say that this is more or less a situation of fanboyism. I think there are a lot of people that are just going to buy any product that gets put out.
Yeah,
I don't know if
it
this
has
is
the
as
legs,
targeted.
If it has the legs to continue,
to
sell past the hardcore.
Yeah.
I feel personally attacked.
I mean, if you have the use case for it, I'm sure it's great.
Feel however you want. It's not my business.
I mean, you have 2 TVs in your living room. I was at your house the other day. You do not need this. Unless you want to play.
Technically.
Plus, your dog would eat this thing.
Yes, he would. Technically,
you should see the bite marks on a Switch. It's amazing.
It's just the back panel. He was nervous.
It's amazing.
that dog's got to go.
Right. Yeah.
He didn't get my
Bite to Switch.
It's a shame,
He's
man.
going to jump to humans.
My
can always buy another
ate
dog.
My brother's dog ate his Oculus, so at least it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Wow. Jesus
That's
Christ.
yeah.
What's wrong with your family of dogs?
I don't know.
Can't you train them or something? Aren't they good at that?
My dog's real dumb. Nah, he's a good boy.
He's very emotional.
Right.
Yeah.
To be fair, if your dog ate my Oculus, that'd be the most action it's seen in a long, long time. So,
live service at PlayStation is not doing too hot. I know I mentioned it sometime this summer that Sony was really ramping up to do this live service thing. They announced like 10, 15 games. They're like, this is going to be live service nation. We're going to you'll be playing these live service games for the rest of your life. We swear to God, they're going to be great.
yeah. That was kind of Jim Ryan's initiative, but
They sunk.
he's getting fired.
Yeah, and they've already sunk a lot of money into
Who's Jim Ryan?
He was the head of PlayStation,
And
he still is, but he's on his way out. He's out in March.
Okay.
But he was kind of the proponent of like, we're going to turn every property into a fucking live service game. We're going to take Horizon and really make it a brand. We're going to have like 5 Horizon games.
He just puts
and
like a picture
TV
of a
series.
weapon. It says $1.99 next to it, and people are clapping.
Yeah, and I think the rumor is that there's a lot of like internal pushback on a lot of those initiatives, and that kind of might have contributed to him retiring early, and maybe now they're trying to like kind of change and pivot and change directions from.
Well, did you hear about Suicide Squad?
Oh yeah,
It's only online story mode.
No, that's changing now.
They said eventually.
after
Yeah,
release.
after release, it will eventually have a.
That's still.
We swear to God.
That's
we
still
swear to
the
God it's coming,
headline.
I promise.
I still don't want to play it either way.
So is it that when you go into the game, you're going to be paired with random shitheads? There's going to be no AI.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, I don't want to play that at all.
I'm not. I would never touch that.
No. Just give me a fucking story game. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need the online bullshit. Live service games have never really seemed intriguing to me. And
Right.
now,
It's a shame Conroy's last performance as Batman is in that game.
And I'm sure we'll talk about maybe the trailer, the Game Awards.
Yeah.
But the way that trailer was presented, I watched it. I'm like, this. Too bad this is a fucking live service game because it actually like, the trailer looked okay to me at least. You know, like
yeah.
Although the way they're fighting Flash, where he's just standing still in one spot,
you gotta kill us.
yeah, accumulating power or something. The concept of fighting Batman from the Arkhamverse sounds fun. Like,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
Yeah.
Aquaman should be a tutorial boss. Just goes down super easy.
He just kills himself.
Not my dolphins.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a little bit of some drama going on at Sony with the pushback on the live service games. 6 out of the 12 are officially delayed until at least 2026, and the other 6 that are on track are expected in the first 2 quarters of 2025, one of which being probably a Last of Us live service kind of game, which just breaks my fucking heart to hear.
I say
I have so much. to
You'll
look
buy
forward-
it and you'll get the deluxe edition.
I don't know if I do a live service, man. I like.
What
Deep
if there's
down,
new
I-
content? What if there's a Lost Level 4?
I'll just think of The Division, which was really fun for like 2 weeks, and then I was like, this sucks.
What if it's got smell-o-vision and you can smell Ellie's farts?
Ooh.
I think they're realizing that
Brad got excited.
the market is bearing. Is
that possible?
The market is bearing that there can't be. There's only room for so many live service games. You got Fortnite and then everything else, and
That's the truth.
People are like, I think
People will get tired of this. And the thing is
and
that
they are because there have been a bunch that
They're
have
not
been
selling.
been launched and quickly have folded, or just the player count is
you have to let the kings reign.
drastically.
You have to let the kings reign, and you got to let
and
the
Destiny.
Yeah. Oh, and to piggyback on that, have you guys like listened or heard about all the Bungie turmoil that was like released?
Sure have.
IGN had a article this last week.
Can you elucidate on a little bit of that?
Yeah. So I think it was IGN that broke it. They talked to developers within Bungie. You know, Bungie had a bunch of layoffs earlier this year. It's been a horrible year for layoffs around the industry.
But they got Timothy Chalamet at the Game Awards.
Yeah, they did. So IGN got just an inside look from some anonymous developers within Bungie saying like right now morale is at an all-time low. They're still being threatened with layoffs, and the whole company is basically their what is it called? The new expansion that got delayed. The shape of what is it?
The final shape.
The final shape. Okay.
It's like Destiny ass bullshit.
Yeah, so all of their revenue seems to be coming off of Destiny, and Destiny is in a sharp decline.
People are jumping ship.
But apparently, and this is kind of came to light that Bungie was acquired by Sony this past year, and they were Bungie did the whole like, well, you can acquire us, but we will remain a separate entity. We will still publish on all the every platform that we want to publish on. We will not be an actual like Sony studio. We will still be Bungie. But I guess there was a clause that said, when Sony the Santa Claus is
You put the suit on, right?
right.
You have to.
That said that Sony purchased them, but if on the condition that Bungie had to retain, a certain performance level at which if they, went below that,
Carly has me on that agreement with our marriage.
I believe it.
Yeah.
And buddy, you better fucking fix whatever you're doing. That Sony could, if Bungie doesn't, perform above a certain level, Sony could outright acquire and fold Bungie as a first party studio.
Yeah.
Within Sony Studios. And
It's just sad.
Which they'll just dissolve and take the developers they like to other studios.
Well, as soon as they acquired Bungie, they took a bunch of people off of Destiny and gave them the Last of Us multiplayer game to.
yeah, they were supposed to
look at.
oversee this whole live service
Yeah.
initiative and basically like give the Gladiator thumbs up, thumbs down. Like, we're fucking Bungie. We've done Destiny for almost 10 years now. We know live service. And yeah, they looked at supposedly looked at the Last of Us.
Yeah, they gave it the thumbs down.
Yeah,
They were
like,
like,
there's no way there's.
So that essentially got
It's not
axed.
sticky enough. They said,
Yeah. Which is, I mean, the blueprint for it was there. The multiplayer in the first one was great. Just do that again, do it better.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
So basically, just to wrap it up, yeah, a lot of turmoil in Bungie. It sounds like employees are not happy with management and haven't been happy with the few managers that have been there for a while. And it sounds like people are gonna be jumping ship.
At least Marty O'Donnell has a fun Twitter account.
Yeah.
The guy who was squeezed out of Bungie, won lawsuits, got to stay.
Yeah.
And it's just been a thorn in their side because he has standards.
Right.
He's tweets like, wow, this shit's pretty crazy, huh? I'm like, I love that he is off the leash.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
it's sad, though. Bungie's one of my favorite developers. So
Yeah,
all of this breaks my heart.
they also let go of the other major composer during this last
Salvatore?
one.
Michael
Yeah,
Salvatore?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Anyway, didn't know if you heard about that, but
What has everyone been playing? Tom, we haven't talked to you in about a year.
hi.
Did you play any games this last year?
Man, I played a lot of shit. This is a year of really long games, and I've played
Comes the man who played Odyssey for 2 years.
it seems like this fucking year, man. But I don't know if you guys are gonna have like a end of the year recap
At
show.
your house next month.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So I won't go into that. But as far as currently playing, I am unlike Dylan, I am a Starfield stan. So I've kind of finished that up.
How many hours would you say?
I'd say probably a couple hundred into it. I haven't checked the total count.
After 70, I was ready to jump off a cliff.
Yeah. 70 is still a good.
I gave it
It's
its
a good chunk.
I felt like I could make an honest review at that point. 'Cause
Yeah.
I saw a lot of that content.
I do understand like a lot of the criticism. A lot of it's warranted. But for me, it scratched my itch, and I really liked it. It's not my favorite Bethesda game, but
Right.
I understood it for what it was.
The shipbuilding needs to be simpler. They need to figure out how to make it more accessible. And they also have to make environments a little more interesting. And I know some of them are supposed to be barren planets, but the asset reusage is so abysmal and bad in this that I was playing and I'm like, I'm not actually doing anything anymore, am I? I'm just going pew pew in outer space. And I guess that's where it kind of fell apart for me. Also, the companions can all eat a bag of farts.
Can you smell them?
Probably.
Well,
Smell is very
Yeah.
associated with taste.
If you farted in space, though, it would move you.
Would
Because
anybody
it
hear?
It would be. No, they wouldn't. But it would be.
if it was Star Wars, you could rip ass in space and they'd hear it.
So anyway,
I need more beans to get back to the station.
Quick, throw the beans.
so I had been playing Starfield since pretty much it came out, and then up until a couple weeks ago, I'm like, all right, I need to kind of like move on to another game. And then I started Alan Wake 2.
How are you feeling about it?
I just played the prologue,
Okay.
and then I got through the prologue, and I'm like, there's this one whole faction quest in Starfield I haven't done yet, and then I just went back to Starfield. So,
Oh boy.
but now I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm like, all right, I really need to move on. So I think Alan Wake 2 is next on the list. I wanted to jump right into Baldur's Gate 3, but I'm like, man, after fucking Final Fantasy 16, Tears of the Kingdom, Starfield for hundreds of hours, I'm like, I just need. That's why I wanted to play. I want to play Spider-Man because I'm like, that'd be a good palate cleanser before we get to another fucking 800-hour game.
Because Spider-Man, what did you say it was, like 15, 20 hours?
I did the entire platinum 100% in 26 hours.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I want to play that. And you only have it digitally?
Yeah.
God
Unfortunately,
damn
you
I know.
assholes!
Come on,
they're going to take it away.
Usually I'm pretty good at that.
You're great. I have one of your games right now.
My New Year's resolution is to be better.
Nice. Yeah, when I was on the podcast, I switched from going to digital to getting physical so we could all trade games. And since I haven't been on, now I've just been going digital pretty much.
Fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Anyway, that's me.
Yeah. I started playing Baldur's Gate 3 on Friday after it was right when it was announced.
For Xbox,
For
yeah.
the Xbox,
yeah.
Because it has split screen capability
Whoa. Are you playing it split screen?
with my wife. yeah.
Shut up.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
That's cool.
Is
That's dope.
Is split screen not on the PlayStation?
No.
Chad Xbox is happy.
And I don't believe you can do it on PC either, of course. But it's a ton of fun. It works for the most part with split screen, but now my wife has downloaded it on her PC, so I can finally have the full screen to myself.
Yes.
We could potentially link up, and then we could play each on each of our screens.
Does it have crossplay?
I believe.
Okay, yeah.
But I said potentially because I'm not sure and I haven't done the research.
I would assume if it doesn't have
got
it should
to.
have it.
It's got
At
to.
least
Larian's
between
pretty good at
Xbox and PC.
I think if she had an Xbox account and she linked it to Steam or something, that might actually work. I love this game. I am a huge fan of Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2. Played those games all the way through, and I'll tell you what, going back to Baldur's Gate, because I played Baldur's Gate 2 on my Switch during the pandemic.
Oh, really? I didn't even know it was on there.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played it back when it came out.
Oh, sure. It actually translates very well. Like the soft selects from the Joy-Con sticks.
Nice.
Fantastic. But I love Divinity's Original Sin 2 the most. So it was basically trying to hold up to that standard within my mind in terms of storytelling. Nothing compares to Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
There's some things that annoy me. There's a little more control over your stats in Divinity Original Sin 2, where you can kind of make your character just a dumb idiot clobber machine. And that's always fun to me. But now it's all pure D&D rules all the way through. And I haven't played D&D in a long time, so I was playing it and I'm like, oh yeah, armor classes. It's not just plus 26, it's armor class 14. And I have to remember that somehow. And I'm just like, well, shoot, now I have to actually think my way through this problem. What's great is that they actually do die rolls with your stats. And then you have to roll the die for certain perception checks and for dialogue checks.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That's
and
cool.
it's cool. Like, it keeps you on the edge of your seat. Like, you're really into it.
Please.
And you can get inspiration
Exactly.
if you solve something. If you do a really good job solving something or stopping a problem, they'll give you inspiration points per
Like
character.
stat boost?
It's a reroll.
It's a reroll.
Oh, okay.
So if you fail a check, you can reroll, and
cool.
that has saved my ass on more than one occasion.
Or if you have Shadowheart,
Yes,
she can give you the guidance or
honestly,
whatever.
she's probably one of my favorite.
Well, she's
parts
best
of the
girl
game.
so far.
Yeah,
I like the weird alien Gothraki or whatever.
the gank, the
gank,
yeah. Can we just? How about that opening song? That Down by the River song.
Oh, yeah.
That shit fucking slap.
river.
Not quite.
I was thinking down by the river.
A little bit of Neil Young.
Yeah.
I
Shot my baby. That's a pretty good Neil Young.
Just you don't have enough coke moving in your jaw though.
Necromancer, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like
We got it now, Robbie.
Yeah, but that's absorbed a lot of that. I have played through most of Alan Wake 2. I will say there are sections where I'm like, all right. But then I'm also like, But yeah.
Yeah.
And it's one of those games where
I wanted to see that on the fucking cover of a game.
All right.
There are some things I was like, all right. Other times I was like, well, yeah.
the Alan sections are pretty interesting. There's a point where you start playing as Alan again. Spoiler alert. Otherwise, you were playing as Saga, the new female protagonist.
Okay.
And it's really interesting. I like the case studies. I like that this is essentially what I would describe almost as a visual novel with a little bit more control added to it. And then survival horror elements. I found some of the enemies, even towards like the beginning, like 20%, some of them you're like, well, this type of enemy shouldn't show up till later because this is fucking unfair. And I was kind of just like, well, fuck this shit. And I found myself dying a lot more than I thought.
Okay. Yeah.
I ever would, because I'm used to blam blam. I'm pretty good in a third person shooter. I can take a nice shot, and she doesn't have like the wobble. The wobble really isn't there. So I don't know. I've been enjoying that. The list really extends pretty damn far. I just downloaded a game. If we're talking current, because we'll talk more about the games we played in the Game of the Year list, because there are ones I'd like to talk about. But I just got this game called Laika, Aged Through Blood. And it's an indie game.
Never heard of it.
And you are you're anthropomorphized creatures, and you're a dog in a post-apocalyptic wasteland fighting birds. And you were riding a motorcycle, and
It almost seems like you're just making this game up on the spot.
If he is, he's doing a very good
You're
job.
riding
Yes.
a dog and you're fighting birds.
Yes.
You're on a motorcycle.
it's essentially an Excite bike, but also a twin-stick shooter.
You don't have to sell me any harder. That
my
sounds
God.
awesome.
And then enemies fire at you, and you can use your bike to deflect bullets back at them.
Those are like my two favorite things. Yeah.
Play it. It's so good. Nobody's talking about it. I literally went on Steam.
How do you spell the name?
Laika. It's Laika. It's the dog that first went into space.
Oh, okay.
Canonically.
But that's not what the character is.
Yes.
It's actually really
The
good.
art style looks awesome.
Oh my God. Yes. And it functions really well. It's a little...
Let me see that.
I would describe it as it is one of those games that you pick up and you can learn it pretty well, but it seems like it's incredibly difficult.
What,
to
It
master.
looks 100% like Excite Bike in this game. The shot of the gameplay. Like,
That's awesome. Yeah. What tipped you off to this game, or how would you hear about it?
Oh, that looks cool.
I was looking through new games as Baldur's Gate 3 was downloading,
Yeah,
and it
right.
was 2 rows
well,
down.
I got 2 hours to kill.
This is a game, though, that I know is difficult. Like,
Fuck, man, this game looks awesome.
doesn't it look cool?
It looks so cool.
It's my Dylan Indie Pick of the Month. New segment.
We could.
Yeah. Otherwise, you know what? I can't really think of too much off the top of my head. I play a lot of things here or there. Mario Wonder, I'm almost 100% on.
I'm feeling very underwhelmed with Mario Wonder. I got
I'm
it.
having a ton of fun.
It's fine. It's really good Mario, but
I got it. Played 5 minutes. I'm like, I got to play Starfield.
to me, I'm like, it's just more Mario, and I'm not mad about it. I'm going to play it on the car ride home for Christmas, and I'm going to love it.
Yeah.
But it's not the transformative Mario I was hoping it would be.
I can agree with that, but I also think that they're executing it on such a higher level than they've been doing with the new Super Mario Brothers games that it's really hard to feel like they weren't trying their fucking asses off.
Yeah. I mean, I had literally played it for maybe like an hour, like all in. But I mean, I already felt that vibe just from the little bit that I played. I'm like, it kind of looks like Mario 1 or the new Super Mario Brothers, but you can tell like, no, this is better quality. And that fucking, what is it, the second stage where you get the Wonder Seed and the Piranha Plant starts singing.
Yeah.
I was in. I'm like, this is fucking cool.
I mean, at this point, there's like, I don't know, have them take drugs. Like,
Right. Yeah.
I guess that's what we're doing this time.
Yeah.
I just like that for what it is.
I'm more excited to see the Princess Peach game.
Oh, Princess Peach Showtime.
I'm more curious. At least that looks like some new sort of gameplay.
I am intrigued. I
Cautiously
hesitate.
optimistic is what I would call myself.
Yeah, I'm like you. I like the middle ground between a platforming game that is just accessible enough that you might be able to beat it all in one shot without dying. But this game actually gets difficult towards the end.
I want
Mario
that.
Wonder. It actually really gets hard.
I want that.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
And especially like their Star Road stages.
Is it like post game content
There
where
is,
it gets
yeah.
where you can like
After you beat
the game,
Bowser,
and
then
now
there's
it's
Star
for-
Road.
Now the game
I heard
starts for
I heard about
hardcore.
that. Like that way, gamers who don't want the insane challenge can feel good because like they've completed the game. But
Well,
also,
they did the same with Super Mario World back in the day.
yeah.
Yep.
More. I just want more Captain Toad is what I really want.
Honestly, yeah, I could do with another Treasure Tracker.
I love that game.
Treasure Tracker rules.
Me personally,
What's your problem?
I want to play some of the Game of the Year contenders that people are talking about. So I'm like, Dylan, can I borrow Jedi Survivor? And he said, you have to play the first one first. And
Gotta play that one too.
I was right, though.
and he was 100% right. So I beat all of Jedi Survivor and loved it.
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order. Yes, I played all of Fallen Order, and great. One of the best pieces of Star Wars media since the original trilogy. It's up there. It's that good.
Yeah, it is.
It's that good
Feels like
across
BD1.
almost across the board. BD1's cute, sure.
I have a Lego BD one.
I also refuse
look
to
at him every day.
I refuse to
He stares
customize.
at me.
I refuse to customize him though.
He looks great with
He's
the
perfect the way
He's perfect the way he is.
I almost named my dog BD.
Although, like when I look at Tyler, I'm like, yeah, I want you to have a big beard and a man bun. So I would have customized you this way. So you're pulling it off.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Flawless.
Tyler, you're nailing the customization.
We're just
game on
living in
your
Brad's
face.
character career.
I actually have a few notes, but we'll go into it after the podcast.
I actually, when we talk, we'll talk about Jedi Survivor at some point, but I do want to talk about how we made our Cal Kestis look because I love. But okay, first, Fallen Order level design, fantastic.
Right.
The way the levels
Yep.
move in and out of each other, the way they intersect, beautiful. Fucking, it's some of the best level design I've seen in a long time.
Even the dungeons, because they have little dungeon areas with puzzles that actually work.
Although they got too long in the tooth sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Some of the later ones, the gameplay is fantastic. I love Fallen Order or Jedi Survivor. I'm getting them confused. Number 2, the second one. I was very happy that when I started the game, all of your abilities from the first one are just there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
they're
so
not like
nice.
it's been a couple years, Cal. You remember how to do this?
Seems like you got a conch on your head there, Cal.
I lost all my powers.
What, did you forget how to do this? I don't love Jedi Survivor as much as Fallen Order, though.
I like lightsaber stances.
Yeah.
Stances are great. Give me the fucking crossguard stance all day. The super like slow, powerful like samurai. It's super like you actually have to. It's combat you have to pay attention
Well,
to.
it's
which
based
I
on
like.
medieval longsword techniques.
And besides that, I like to do the dual wield 2 lightsaber stances.
All right, what were everyone's stances? They chose?
Crossguard's my favorite, then dual wield.
Dual wielding and Darth Maul. I call it the Darth Maul.
the dual blade.
The dual blade.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about that. I just got really good with it, and then switching to
It has better blocking and crowd control.
yeah, and then switching to dual wielding was just made sense for him to snap it in half and
Yeah.
just kick ass. So,
Yeah.
although I did fuck with the blaster quite a bit, that was fun.
I didn't do any blaster.
I liked the blaster. The Kylo Ren too was pretty awesome. But
Yeah, the crossguard.
yeah.
I was blaster and crossguard. Mostly did blaster.
Blaster's a lot of fun, but
Because it's more of a
keep-
fencing technique, so you can get a lot of stabs in, so the hitbox detection feels like I was hitting a little bit more. And then crossguard would be for like facing down like rancors. But if I were in a battle with spoiler bosses, which I won't say,
We won't. Yeah, we won't.
Yeah, I haven't played it
No
yet.
spoilers.
but the fighter has been the best because you can kind of put people on the defensive even when they dash away from you. So it would depend on the enemy I was facing, but the blaster can really come in handy.
Having that range is real nice.
Yeah, it's sexy.
I guess. Well, let's also just quickly say our hairstyles. I went mullet, short beard.
Gross.
Mullet is just so Star Wars to me, and the short beard looks good. He grew a mullet halfway through the game.
Did anybody guess what I did?
As soon as he,
Hair.
yeah, he probably looks like you.
Yeah, it was man, bun, and beard.
All right. Yeah.
I was aspiring.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was joking before. You're perfect
alopecia.
the way you are.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I honestly don't remember what I put on my cowl.
handlebar. I like that I did this crazy quest and the reward was handlebar mustache. I'm like, this is my kind of reward.
Nice.
I also tried, because he has shorter hair and a light beard at the beginning of the game. I tried to naturally grow his hair out over like a passage of time to further immerse myself into the story.
That's psychotic. I love it.
I do it with almost.
I was thinking the same thing.
I almost
as soon as he got a girlfriend,
right?
I'm like, now I have a mullet. Yep.
Yeah.
I can quit caring about it.
I'm gonna let myself go.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I drank too much blue milk. I'm getting a little fat now too. He's Creole now.
None of that, unfortunately. Awesome. Overall, though, Jedi Survivor, the story I feel is much weaker.
Give it about 25% of the way of the game.
I am at the last chapter.
Oh shit!
There is one twist that was the most obvious fucking thing in the world, but there's an added twist to it, which is the dumbest fucking thing in the world.
Yes.
And that happened. I was like, I was so upset.
I didn't hate it. I really enjoyed the story of Survivor.
There's never been something like, hi, I'm so-and-so. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, sure.
And then I'm like, well, yeah.
I think the problem is that there's going to be the third one, and we know what time period it's going to take place in.
One last thing, seeing Cal Kestis and the Night Sister, they were at the Game Awards together, sitting by each other. It made me very happy just to see them two hanging out in the real world. It's weird when you actually have a face to put with them.
Right.
It's like Atreus or Loki. Yeah. That's what I've been playing. Alan Wake 2 is next.
Cool.
I have been playing, I beat Gotham Knights. I mentioned that before, but it is one of the best bad games I've ever played. Sure. It is a god-awful game. And I enjoyed almost every second of it.
I love games like that.
Yeah. The story was really cool, and I felt like each hero, each vigilante you played as was pretty nuanced and balanced pretty well. You definitely felt the different play styles. Nightwing's the best, obviously, but I had a lot of fun with that, and I'm hoping that they kind of lean out of the live service and get more into the story for the next one, because it sounds like it's going to get greenlit for a sequel, because it did meet Warner Brothers' projected whatever
IP
sales.
That's why they make so many existing IP games.
They need to stop the live service shit though, and just make a really solid story with those four, because it was there, but they didn't spend enough time building the story.
No, hopefully Suicide Squad tanks and
then they invert course. Yeah,
They won't.
They're gonna release a Harley Quinn Margot Robbie skin, and it'll sell fine.
yeah.
and then
Barbie skin.
the Callisto Protocol.
cool.
I've been playing the shit out of the Callisto Protocol. I am almost done with it. It is incredibly stressful, very rewarding once you get the janky combat down. I can see why the critics and people kind of panned it early on, but it's really a shame, because it does create a pretty cool world.
Stressful because you're constantly low on
Supplies and health. Once you
survival horror.
once you get to a certain point, though, with the weapons you got and the upgrades you can get, the game gets a lot easier. There's one boss that looks terrifying, and it's a boss, but then it's a recurring enemy.
And how is Transformers Josh Duhamel?
He does really good, and the facial expression,
Great question.
the mocap.
And what about the Transformers actor?
He's in it. He's the main character.
He does great, and his mocap is fantastic. The game is very, very pretty.
Is he a himbo in the game?
What is that?
It's a male version of the bimbo. Think Daniel Craig and Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Sure.
This is no.
I love himbo characters. They should be all over everything, in my opinion.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
Isn't that just Ken from the Barbie
Yes.
movie?
When you think of
Ken is a
when you
himbo.
think of a himbo, who do you think of?
Right now it is Ken from the Barbie movie. But if we're talking about,
Well, that means that's like narrowed it down to 50 characters.
I might. If we're talking about Final Fantasy X, it's Waka. Waka's
you
a
would
himbo.
say he's a himbo? He is a ditz.
He's nuanced, but he's a himbo.
Zac Efron from that new wrestling movie about the Von Erichs.
That trailer I saw last night, it looks pretty good.
Do you know the story?
It's about a wrestler.
Well, I know what happens.
The bear
to
is
them.
in it too.
Yeah, and he's fucking jacked. The guy from the bear, he got. I saw an interview. I'm like, that is.
Did Zac Efron get plastic surgery for the movie? Because his face has gone fucking
Apparently, he had an
wonky.
accident.
Oh, now I feel bad.
Oh,
No, he
got
didn't.
Mark
That's
Hamill?
a lie. That's like
I
when
think-
Carrie Underwood said the same thing.
Yeah, he said
it's
he had
literally an accident
cover-up.
occurred. Yes,
But he's got a blockhead now. Like he does look noticeably different.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he got
an accident.
he got like jaws. He got wider jaws over here, so now it's literally he's just a blockhead.
Yeah. If you have a PlayStation, download the Callisto Protocol, give it a shot. It's not a very long game, definitely worth your time, especially if you like Dead Space. And then I put God of War Ragnarok, popped the disc back in today, getting ready for a little
some
bit.
roguelike Kratos.
Yeah, some
But
Valhalla.
We can talk about that after the break if you want.
Yeah, but that's what I've been playing. And
Nice.
now that I hear more about Alan Wake 2, I'm thinking maybe Final Fantasy 16 can wait a bit.
It will wait. I will play Rebirth before 16.
I will end up playing Rebirth before 16 too because
Rebirth looks great.
The trailer.
Yeah.
Brad, you know how I was such a critic of the first one?
Yeah.
The trailer for this one got me very interested.
He's back.
I'm going to get a PS5 for this.
He's back, baby.
I might actually, with my bonus, which drops next week, I might be a Sony boy for a little while.
Ooh, a Sony baloney, as they call it in the streets.
Welcome to the team.
I'm not going to pay for
I am not
the
paying
fucking
for
all access bullshit, though. I'm not doing that.
I downgraded since they upped the prices.
I'm a fucking chill, so
You guys hear about The Last of Us remastered? It's getting a remaster.
Wow, they just announced
They
it.
announced another remaster
an
before the next
announcement,
remaster is getting.
same fucking game, but you get a different color flannel shirt
Guys.
for Joel. It's amazing.
Guys, they went into the studios. They found 2 more levels.
I feel like I can taste Joel's beard hair.
Previously lost. We found a new Florence Pugh skin for the Abby character.
Hell yeah. Sign me up.
I'm in. $20. I got to go to the bathroom.
I love her. She's so talented.
We're going to take a quick break and be right back.
Bye.
We are recording. Dylan's still in the bathroom, but Tom just showed us the shirt he's wearing. Dylan, wait for it.
Did you do it just for this?
Well, Brad mentioned Pacino.
Tom said, do you need me to bring anything? And I said, only your Al Pacino impressions. For listeners, it is the best shirt I've ever seen. It looks like a Garth Brooks tour shirt from 1995, and it's Al Pacino screaming.
Yeah.
And he's screaming, she got a great ass.
And then underneath, and you got your head all the way up in it. That's great.
We just won the podcast Grammy this year, guys.
Yeah.
We're going to need a picture for the Discord.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll get a quick picture here.
It is a nice shirt. The lightning bolt is a nice touch.
Yeah. I got to give props to Josh of the Dogcast because he was the one that sent this to me when he saw it go on sale.
What a nice man.
What a fucking hero.
Yeah, he's like, I thought you'd be interested in this. It was like, bought.
Absolutely.
Essentially, if you're out shopping and you see something that's either got Betty White on it or Al Pacino, you're just going to buy it for Tom.
Right.
Yeah.
But only Al Pacino from Heat.
That's specific.
Just specific.
Not Dunkachino.
Or Scent of a Woman.
Not Dunkachino from the Adam Sandler film.
Not Dunkachino.
I'm Al Dunkachino. Fucking wow.
Not good.
Anyways, hey.
I don't know. I was high the first time I watched, and I got high for the first time and watched that movie. When was that?
Jack and Jill.
That was like
That wasn't my first time getting high.
I got to make the big account, but my sister's in town.
And she's
Wow, what
kind
am
of
I gonna
nutty
do?
and looks a little bit too much like me.
I hate her.
give me about an hour and a half and we're gonna be best friends.
Heart of gold. We're back.
Hi.
Dogcast, not Dogcast Awards. That's next month.
Yep, this is the Video Game Awards. Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yay.
It's the Jeff Keighley show.
Honestly,
Featuring
more
Kojima
accurate.
and everyone else that is like the end of a commercial where they run through everything.
Oh my God.
The most disinterested Timothy Chalamet on the face of the planet.
Also featuring awards for this band, for this band, for this. And we have the best action RPG. We have this RPG. And
So in the movie-
back to Kojima.
So in the movie Dune, Timothy Chalamet plays a character who loses his emotions, essentially.
he's
that's-
nailing that performance then.
But he seemed more disinterested reading his announcement for the Game Awards
Yeah.
than he did anything
They were shooting
else.
the third one, like on the sly at the Game Awards.
There's only two idiots.
I don't want to blow my load right away.
Go ahead. Do
Man.
it. Blow it.
This is the worst look for video games in a long time.
Yeah.
It is the most embarrassing show.
It's embarrassing.
It is taking a huge steamy dump on all the people getting awards, and Anthony Mackie, he's fine, allowed to just freestyle bullshit joke for like a minute straight, and you give the Game of the Year winner 30 seconds to give a speech. And you let, like, Timothée Chalamet, do whatever you want, bro. If you couldn't see it on the award show, but there's people's cell phone footage. There was a giant screen at the back with a countdown the moment you got up there showing numbers.
Yeah.
And it said, please wrap it up right at the end.
That's very disrespectful.
What I wanted to hear is everyone who won an award, I want the developers to come up and I want them to talk. I want it, it's their night. It is not Anthony Mackie's night. I don't have any issues with him.
Remember when he was like, "All right, everybody, settle down," and it showed pictures of people just staring, and I was
This
just
one
like,
guy
"Oh."
yelled and he's like,
What?
what he was doing was fishing for a Keanu Reeves "You're Beautiful" moment, or "You're one." You're
McConaughey?
breathtaking. No, Mackie was looking for the "You're breathtaking" moment. He was trying to find some meme.
That was cringe. They were all very cringe.
It's like, let's see
Low rent
Lou
Will
talk.
Smith trying to be Will Smith, which isn't even cool anymore.
He should have just slapped Jeff Keighley in the face and said, "Keep my wife's name out of your mouth," and then that would have been perfect.
Yeah.
That
Or
would
they-
have
if there was a
amazing.
skit, if there was a skit about that, it'd be
Yeah.
pretty awesome. And then Anthony Mackie's wife.
So to sum up,
Wham.
Brad, you're saying that they should have gave more respect and more time to the actual game people than they did all the people that Jeff Keighley wanted to star fuck.
My God, I've never felt more embarrassed as a gamer. That whole award show. If anyone who is a part of another art form that has their own awards saw this, I mean, this is worse than the MTV Movie Awards. This is worse than the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards.
Yeah.
Which actually, that's cool.
I am
Nickelodeon's
upset.
awesome. People
Those are
get
cool.
slimed.
But it's the only game in town, baby.
It's,
You know?
I mean, there was some awards between the trailer festival that we were a part of, and it's just so jarring when he's like, his love for Kojima. He is enamored with the man. Kojima is given, granted, he's worth it.
Yeah.
Time to talk about whatever he wants, and to have anyone come up and accept what might be one of the biggest awards they receive in their life, something that means a lot to them, and you have 30 seconds before they start playing music loudly over you. I've never just seen something so disrespectful and disappointing in my entire life.
I am nicer to people after I do last call at the bar than they were to these people.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, Baldur's Gate 3. You're done.
I cut you off an hour ago.
Yeah.
You're in here trying to fuck bears.
You're my best friend. You can fuck my sister. You got to fucking leave now.
Yep. My God.
You made one of the most monumental RPGs of probably the past 10 years. Get the fuck out.
10 seconds, go.
Yeah.
I love my wife and my
Sure.
children and everyone. And then, okay, bye.
You want to dedicate this award to your lead art guy that just passed away for Baldur's Gate 3? Sorry,
I know.
You know, like,
Oh, that was actually 30 seconds already. You can't.
yeah, sorry. Just, I don't know about this show, man.
And
Like,
made up awards too. Like what did Cyberpunk win? Best ongoing game, and that was
my
allowed
God.
a speech, not best RPG, best action adventure game. These aren't given like time. Well, action adventure might have, but most of them awards that should have been given time
Yeah.
up there.
What's
if
fun
you,
is when
if you
they
want to
just
run through
read
the
'em off.
esports ones, fine. I don't give a fuck about that.
God,
but
fuck yeah.
No, but like
rid of those.
awards that matter, no time.
do they matter? Like,
Well, okay.
I kind of subscribe to the philosophy, like, this is, if the industry actually, if the American game, industry actually gave a shit, they would have their own version of like the Academy Awards,
Or like the creative arts enemies where they actually give people
Yeah.
the time necessary.
Right. Or
I
like
don't know if you've ever watched
the
it.
UK,
It's extremely
the UK has the
respectful.
BAFTAs.
Yeah.
So this is a private enterprise. This is Jeff Keighley's baby. And he's in it to make money
It's
under
his,
the guise.
it's his goon station. He's just. Do you guys know?
just-
First of all, do you know what a goon station is?
Is that like a Goober Jam 77?
Is it like a circle jerk?
I'll explain gooning to you guys after. It really would take a minute.
No, go for it.
Are you serious?
Well, is it? I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, gooning is.
I'll make a note before we start.
right here.
It's a practice that became very popular on certain communities in the internet where basically you fill your life with pornography and you constantly edge yourself when you're jerking off so that like
Hey, Patreon members, this is only for you. But they're getting this,
So it's great. And then you're just constantly on that edge, and apparently you reach like this state of bliss because you've edged yourself so much.
living on the edge.
And so people have their goon stations, which is like 5 monitors, and then they all have different porns playing on them.
I saw this in your room.
No, I do know about this.
Yeah, you
It's
said it was
actu-
for keeping up on world events.
yes,
In a way.
but
Mine is all just C-SPAN. It's the old guys. I want to eat his pussy.
I did not expect a Strom Thurmond reference.
a fun fact: the song "Higher" by Creed is actually just about gooning.
True fact.
I mean, I goodness Creed all the time.
Yeah.
It's my own prison.
Can you take me higher?
Yeah.
Embarrassing to have 5 awards ran off in speed running, reading the names. Congratulations.
Sure.
And best one here. Congratulations.
Great work, Capcom. The best fighter of the year, something that people really care about.
Really care about.
I played Street Fighter 6. It's in my top 10.
And-
I like Street Fighter 6 a lot.
They're not even given a second to talk.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's just
It's like,
embarrassing.
cool. Good work,
bonus show.
Capcom.
It's-
Good work, Capcom.
They brought Doug Bowser won an award, and they had it in the pre-show.
Yeah.
A Nintendo won an award, not Doug Bowser.
But you know what?
specifically, But
I'll still tune in. I'll still tune in for this shit.
well, that's because one year they announced Hades 2, all like those. What else they announced? There was one year it was fucking huge.
Death Stranding 2.
Death Stranding 2. so-
Resident Evil 4 was that the remaster? Was it announced at the Game Awards?
remake.
We're in an
remake,
abusive
yeah.
relationship with Jeff Keighley because he just gives us a few kisses sometime, and then he just
Yeah.
punches us in the dick for 2 years straight, and we're like, those are really good kisses.
I mean, I thought it was an award show, but to me, it just felt like E3. Like it was just.
It's becoming the new E3.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
That's
I
what it
like
needs
the
to be.
trailers. I like watching trailers.
Dude,
same here.
There is a thing about liking watching trailers, and there's something about watching 75 game trailers for games you're not going to play in a row.
It's kind of cool.
I hate it.
I like it.
Man, all of like the sci-fi aesthetic of game design. It's like the same bullshit armor, the last sentence.
One of them looked
the
like
first
Anthem.
Descendant. All of the
Exodus. Do
Yeah.
you remember that one?
Hi, I'm Matthew McConaughey. Now, you might remember me from saying, all right. I did
Yeah.
a video game.
Right.
They paid
Yep.
me. It's some garbage
Time
bullshit
is a
sci-fi.
flat circle. Yeah.
Yeah. That's, I don't know. I mean, what I was just trying to get to is these games just all blur into this horrible stew of garbage AI looking titles that I don't care about generally. There was, good trailers in there that I love. But so
I like
many
some of the indie
Handful
titles.
a very small handful for me. But the ones that I liked, I was like, yeah, that's cool. This is why I will sit through 3.5 hours of this bullshit.
All right, can I ask one question?
train wrecks are fun.
Can I ask one question? How did the titles get selected? Because there was one. There was best like alternative indie game or something like that, and then there was
Best
also
debut
one
indie game.
best debut indie game, and it went to Cocoon, which I played, which I actually think is quite good.
Yeah.
It's on Game Pass if you want to try it.
Yeah.
But they also had one called Venba, and it looks like a cooking game. And I saw that it was also on Game Pass, a game I never would have fucking touched.
Yeah.
But I'm actually kind of intrigued because it was in 2 categories.
Mm-hmm.
But there were also really great indie games that were completely passed up. How were these titles chosen and by whom? This all feels like a bit of a racket or a bit of a cartel.
Why do you think Cyberpunk got a made up award? Cyberpunk
Yeah.
gets time to talk.
Best ongoing game though? Doesn't that
and
mean it
then
has to be live service?
And didn't it win last year for like best most improved game or some shit like that?
Most improved.
They're just
yeah.
patting him on the back.
I see best esports coach. Let me look through my notes here.
Jimmy Glock 76.
If you want to know who won best esports coach, it's of course Christine Potter Chi.
Okay.
Obviously.
How
Could you forget that?
my favorite team was
Cyberpunk, best ongoing game awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over
You
time.
mean you fixed
not making
the
it
fucking
suck.
game? You
best
delivered a broken game
Right.
and spent 3 years fixing the game that you promised us almost a decade ago.
Spent
That is not an
An
ongoing
extra
game.
$100 million.
So they throw
to
this
it.
really nice lady on screen, and she has to read like XQZ 74, or it would be like the best sports team. I can has cheeseburger, and I'm just like, am
I can has cheeseburger.
This is everything that people hate about video games in terms of like, this is like
The culture.
Well, first of all, esports is full of the stereotypes of the culture all the way through because video games are their life, and there's nothing, I'm sorry, sadder to me than that. I really love video games, but sometimes you gotta put it down, take a walk outside.
If they're making enough money,
it's fine, but
it's not for me.
it's not for most people.
It's weird.
It's not for most gamers.
Those best esports categories are bizarre. Best esports competition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the French Open of
I don't. Yeah, I guess I don't mind that they give awards out for that. That's fine.
That's pre-show stuff, though.
And I appreciate
be
them
pre-show
not
stuff.
letting the best esports coach go on stage and talk about how much he loves his team. I wouldn't want to watch that, but I also would prefer to watch that than 30 more trailers instead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But there were trailers.
Yes.
Indeed.
What are some of everyone's favorites? Like, what jumped out? When I say what's your favorite, what is the first thing that comes to mind, Dylan?
Monster Hunter Wild looks astonishing.
That did look really cool.
Monster Hunter Wild jumps out to me right away. The excellent song composed by our friend Uematsu.
Big friend of the podcast.
For the
Nobuo, we know you're listening. Thanks.
I'm
be on the next
a
episode.
huge fan. Please talk to me again.
Once that restraining order's gone, dude, we are going to his house.
Great. He'd love it. I just want to talk to him about 70s alt rock,
When you compose the
actually a
lyrics to
great idea.
Otherworld,
prog rock. Yeah.
Actually, just
Because that's all that Final Fantasy music is prog rock.
that's all Dave Wise wanted to talk about when he was in town. You just started to talk about like 80s like synth bands. He's like, fuck yeah.
you like Yellow? Yeah.
Chumbawamba.
I don't want to talk about Diddy Kong.
Yeah, of course he wouldn't. But no, the song they composed for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was amazing.
You like the theme song.
I like the theme song a lot because
Yeah.
it sounds like the themes like Eyes on Me or Melodies of Life, Tsuteki
Dane.
Yeah, Tsuteki Dane.
The music performances, just to like compound on that, I thought were
Yeah,
pretty
they were good.
as cheesy as some of them were. Like even the Alan Wake one.
The Alan
was
Wake one was amazing.
It was good.
It was like the intro to
the director of the game came out and he was dancing with everybody in the
Well,
middle.
yeah, he's in the game. Yeah.
The guy. So the
Same
medley,
way.
the medley they
Max
do.
Payne.
The medley they do at the end for the game of the year.
The flute
There's
guy's
a
back.
guy. That guy who's like do 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 on the big. I don't know what that. I don't even know what that thing's called. And I was in band.
He's playing the jazz flute like Will Ferrell and
missed it,
Anchorman.
yeah.
Well, he was like a meme from last year, and he came back, and at one point he was standing up holding the most ridiculous.
That's the thing I was saying.
It's the most like weird thing I've ever seen.
It's like a basso profundo woodwind flute, but it's massive.
Yeah.
So you really got to blow into that thing. So that guy must have gotten sweaty.
The medley is probably my least favorite performance because it's just like the same rhythmic drumming with like a little bit of melody on top from each of the award nominees.
I could tell that they gave a lot of the people stuff to do, but I think the timpanis, the drums, they were going way too hard on it, so the music was kind of getting flushed out.
Yeah.
That was my understanding of it. I know you play in a band.
I missed. So I listened to that. I was actually taking a shower at the time, and I was just listening to it. So I wasn't watching the. I missed the big
Oh, yeah.
ass flute kidney thing or whatever.
It's actually worth. It's actually worth watching.
Yeah.
It's if only for him because they keep focusing on him, and of course he should be the center of attention. But
He's like the most heavy metal flute player you'll ever see.
Did they have a
Dude just
hurdy-gurdy,
thrashing.
though?
you tell that to Ian Anderson of Jethro Tull.
I'm sorry, dude.
You take that back.
I always offend Jethro Tull fans.
Fucking Lizzo. Come on, man. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to call it I do like the music performance.
The Alan Wake 2 one was cool.
Yeah.
What is it, like the gods of
Old Guards is Asgard.
and all in makeup. The main character from the game is like dancing in the middle or doing a performance. It's like
They played the old god of Asgard.
that's the name of the band.
Oh, I was going to
There's a
say,
band-
isn't
It's
that
not
the,
God of War.
No, I was going to say, isn't that the song that at the end of Alien Covenant that he plays when he walks in?
Oh, maybe.
I think it is that
No,
song.
Old Gods of Asgard are a made up band
Yeah.
for Alan Wake 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't played it.
Well, there's also like the two like announcer guys were up there like doing like a weird vocal performance too, back and forth for the song. Like they were the ones doing the singing part of it or talking.
Some of it, yeah.
God, it was so weird. And then as soon as the director came out and he was like part of the performance, I'm like, this is some good shit.
This is top notch.
This is worth the money. Yeah, I take it back. The Game Awards were awesome.
But there was my favorite moment of the whole Game Awards: Kratos not giving a fuck. Christopher Judge comes out. First thing he does is make a joke about how he's allowed to talk as like all as long as he wants.
Who's going to tell that man no?
Well, they'll try. But he made a joke that pissed off all of the Call of Duty people.
Very funny.
He's like, my speech was longer than the Call of Duty campaign from this year. And people had that look like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And the fact that the Call of Duty developers were like tweeting like how disrespectful or whatever. I'm like,
They know they made trash.
like have a sense of humor about it too. Like if Kratos is making fun of you, that's cool. If Kratos made a joke at my expense, I would feel honored.
Right. Yeah.
I would too.
Dude, and he just goes, there's another company I'll never work for.
That was hilarious. Yeah. That was probably the best part of the night, and that was right away.
He's the only one who knows where he's at.
Yeah.
He knows this is a big fucking joke award show. He's like, I don't care.
By the way, did you ever see that there's an interview with Anthony Starr who plays Homelander? And this wasn't at the Game Awards, but I thought it was so funny. And someone says, what's it like to be Homelander in Mortal Kombat 1? And he goes, well, I'm not in that game, but I am in Call of Duty, so you should probably go play that.
That's awesome.
That guy's awesome.
He's super funny. Like it makes me every time
Very Australian.
I hate Homelander, I'm just like, this guy's really nice.
He gets into like good bar fights in
Yeah.
the real world, you know?
Yeah.
He defends people.
Solid dude.
Yeah. Tom, were there any trailers that you loved?
I think the first one where I was like, since I'm an old, the first one that was like, oh, this is awesome. The Sega compilation.
Fuck yeah.
That one looks cool.
Because at first I'm like, what is this? You know?
I thought they were going to do like we're doing the Sega Mastered Collection remaster or something.
Well, at first they started showing the Jet Grind Radio or Jet Set Radio remake or new game, and I just thought it was that, you know, and I was like, oh shit, that's awesome, yeah. And then they showed like Shinobi. I'm like, that looks like Shinobi, and then you know, the Golden Axe game that they showed didn't look that great, but I was like, I recognized it as Golden Axe. I'm like, holy fuck! And then when I saw, and then they showed like the Crazy Taxi. That's
That's the one I was most excited
that
for.
made me say, yeah.
They announced 5 games at once.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. That's how you fucking get your bang for the buck. And so I really did enjoy that trailer. I don't know how much I'm actually anticipating individual games, but I'll play a new Shinobi. I will definitely play a new Jet Set Radio. And
I hope they
fuck
bring
the
back
Crazy
the same music, the same composer from Jet Set Radio.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but that was
The music is called like skank music or something. That's like the term that they use.
what, skank music.
I think so.
Damn,
I was gonna say, Tyler is
That's
really.
one of my
wouldn't
favorite-
discount it.
That's one of my favorite soundtracks of all time.
It is
Jet
a great
Set Radio.
soundtrack,
Yeah.
All I had to say is that I know why Tyler liked Crazy Taxi, and it's all ska. So you know,
hey,
I have,
those 5 songs, all bangers.
dude, I'm kind of coming around to ska, honestly. I hated it for the longest time.
Just
Yeah.
make punk less hardcore, faster, and add a
Yeah.
trumpet.
It's the horns that get me.
I can learn to hate it less.
I can play the trombone, and I inherited a trumpet from my grandfather, and I'm kind of learning how to play.
There you go.
You gonna join a ska band?
Hell no.
We could make one right now.
You just got to buy some checkered vans,
See
and
30
that's
more
the first
people.
step.
The well, I'm taking the trumpet in, but I think it's going to be like over $800 worth of repairs to it to make it work again.
Yeah.
The valves don't work quite well.
Got to lube them up.
Yeah. So
Apparently
yeah, that
that's
was
not the problem.
Sega trailer was great.
Because I lubed them.
I'm trying to think of any other trailer that it had the same effect or that I was as equally.
various.
There-
If you want to look,
Yeah.
Tyler.
The God of War Valhalla roguelike announcement really got me going. That was the first thing, because I was at
That's
work
pretty
when it
cool.
happened, so I was following the Discord. But when I heard that, I took a little break at work and tried to find it online. It's right down my alley. I already got God of War installing so that I could play it. And the fact that it's free also really wets my whistle.
Yeah.
Tyler, you need to get out of the bathroom. God, just give me 5 more minutes.
I need 43 more seconds.
Privacy, jeez. Yeah, that's accurate. That's about what it sounded like.
I think.
God damn. I worked so hard all day.
So I wrote down a list of like 50 games, and those were only the ones that I found the interesting trailers. There was like 50 more.
So many. I had trouble getting through the trailers, and then I kind of put on the Game Awards on my phone.
Yeah.
And then I started playing like Baldur's Gate 3, and I was just like looking over whenever something interesting might have happened. But that in total, these Game Awards, they are about 3 hours and 37 fucking minutes long.
Yes.
That's insane. That's longer than the Oscars.
And 3 hours of just trailers.
Yeah, it was like somebody timed it out. It was like 37 to 40 minutes of actual awards.
It's
award
crazy.
time out of all of it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like, I mean, I also believe that here's the other thing that I guess is maybe more or less controversial. I don't think awards should be given out to any art. I think that's really stupid. I think things are what they are, and
But how will the people know what to like?
Well, you know, it's
I
like
guess
when
they're going to have
likes a
to
good
decide
circle
for
jerk.
themselves.
it's like when Tarantino just does a random interview. He's like, "I love this movie." I'm like, "That's an award." To me, that's something I care about. Like somebody
Yeah.
whose opinion you like on something, if they say they like it. But I like that fans get to vote, but it's also not the only vote. Like it's also aggregated with other things, like who paid money.
I still don't trust the voting, and I do not trust how they make the nominees. Because I know who does it in the Oscars. It's the Academy. The Academy assembles, and they have all their members, and they're all critics, and they're all filmmakers themselves, and they say,
it's a whole industry.
These are the ones. Yeah. I still don't agree with that either, because
It still feels weird though, because like they'll agree, like Lord of the Rings is not going to win any awards for the first 2 films. Like we all on the same page, and then like, all right, all right, push them out. It's just they're
arguably the worst looking one got all like the.
I wouldn't even argue.
accolades.
I think that's just true.
Well, the first one had the best visual effects,
And
And the second one has Helm's Deep.
which is great. But I'm telling you, the first one is so much more grounded, and
it's the best one.
yeah, the first one is the best, and it's the closest to what you're going to get from a
Do you prefer Hobbit 1 or Hobbit 2?
Hobbit one.
Okay. They're both good. Hobbit 3's bad.
I could have done without the 40-minute dining scene, but
Have you guys heard of Hideo Kojima?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
That's the guy that made
Somewhere.
Jeff Keighley has got
Snatcher.
10 posters.
Did he make one of my favorite games of all time?
Can someone
Let me
please
think.
explain to me what OD is?
Overdose.
No, I know what that is, but what is the game?
That's the whole
I've
point.
watched
You
the
don't know.
trailer and I'm confused.
It's not a trailer. It's more them showcasing the power of the engine or how they're going to make it. He said, though, it's a new form of horror media.
Yeah.
I like this.
the one girl made
And
it.
Is it even a game?
Sophia
He
Lillis.
said it's
Bev
like not a
from-
game and not a movie.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in between.
She
And I'm like,
makes
you have my attention
Bev
from it.
from
Sophia
it. She makes
Lillis.
like a horrified expression at one point.
She's
in the
amazing
trailer,
in that trailer.
And
Oh my
God.
It literally shook me.
It gave
I
me
was,
chills.
Oh, with their scream? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. At the
Oh
end.
my God.
where it's all kind of dark around there, and they're all repeating these catchphrases. It reminds me of
Mad
number
Hatter
channels.
Yeah. That's like a weird like code word in the game or something.
It's weird. Yeah.
Do you guys feel like he's kind of getting high on his own supply at this point, or do you
At
trust?
this point?
Yeah, at this point, because this is
Christ.
bizarre.
That's already done.
Yeah.
That ship left the port a long time ago, man.
I give the man the benefit of the
Have you
doubt, but
played-
now I'm like,
Tyler.
come on, man.
Tyler, have you played Death Stranding?
Yes, I loved it.
Mama with the key in the car.
Metal Gear Solid 4.
Troy Baker delivered pizza? Or you delivered pizza to Troy Baker?
I liked all. I mean, I liked that. I liked Phantom Pain, and I played Snake Eater. So I'm like 3. He's 3 for 3 in my book.
The fact that he's also collaborating with Guillermo del Toro and Jordan Peele, and he works with a lot of really great creators.
And this one's going to Xbox Studios.
Yes, Xbox paid some money for this one. And I can't wait to play it. I love horror games. And for him to say it's a new form of horror media, what a ballsy, weird thing to say. Speaking of ballsy things to say,
It's a Strand game.
can we talk about Sean Murray?
Oh God.
Yes. Oh, with the new one.
When he started talking, I'm like, no. Shut up.
I like that they admitted they leaned into it hard right away. Even Keely's like, all right, here we go.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I saw
From
a
No Man's
comic
Sky.
strip. He posted a comic strip, and it's kind of a meme comic strip, and it's like a character explaining. Like,
I saw it.
And then the game, and then it's this, and then there'll be chonky
Yep.
dragons,
Mountains and oceans and dragons.
But
Yeah.
during the awards, like when they were having the conversation, you could tell like Keely was like, we're not kind of prompting him, like doing like that, like, don't you fucking start, cashing checks, or writing checks your body can't cash.
What's the name of the game?
It's called Light No Fire. It's been getting worked on for 5 years, and the trailer all in-game multiplayer footage. It looks great. The trailer was
It looked
very
like
cool.
a lot of fun.
And they said it's only getting worked on by like a dozen people.
That worries me.
Same like No Man's Sky.
It worries me, but it's also based on the No Man's Sky engine, but instead of sci-fi, they're doing fantasy. I'm hopeful. I think it looks cool.
Hopefully they learned their lesson.
I mean, look,
I think at this point he knows not to say things unless he can
I don't know
back it
about
up.
that because it looked like he was ready to fucking go off and start over promising again.
To me, I would have a second cup of what that man was drinking. I was all into his fucking vibes. He's like, oh yeah, we're fucking, mountains and not video game mountains, real mountains. I'm like, oh shit, dude.
See that mountain over there? You can go to that one. Todd Phillips is like, I said that first.
But I wouldn't. That one's dumb.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. I don't know that. I like that trailer. I thought it was funny too. I like that he was
if
aware.
you zigzag, you can get up it from the side.
That's right. If you keep hitting the jump button.
Now a man can't walk up a mountain, but a horse. There was No Rest for the Wicked from the creators of Ori. That looked good. Casting of Frank Stone from Supermassive Games. That looked kind of cool.
A Dead by Daylight spinoff, though, which
I've
I'm
never
less
played.
in.
I've never played either. Yeah, but I like their games.
Jurassic Park game. That looked maybe okay.
That one was one that was announced years ago, I thought, and
Okay.
it was
It was.
resurrected. But it looks okay. It was looked like the greatest hits of.
It looks like an Alien Isolation. It looks like Alien Isolation, but with Jurassic Park, which
Kinda.
actually would kind of get me interested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like give you an excuse or a method of replaying all, like I said, the greatest hits of Jurassic Park. Here, hold the flare in front of the T-Rex.
Yeah, it's like
Now
every
you're-
single moment from
You're in the kitchen and the raptors are on the fucking
Yeah.
the countertops.
Make it like Outlast, where you can't fight anything. You just have to survive and make it out.
Well, they had to make the nostalgia bait scream. That's all that, and I bet the game is not just replaying the greatest hits. I'm gonna bet there's a lot more from like Jurassic World and all this other shit integrated, and I think that's kind of cool.
Saber Interactive, who's making that?
I don't think I wrote that down.
Okay.
Skull and Bones has a release date.
It was supposed to come out in November.
It's been 84 years.
Trailer. I watched that trailer. Didn't look. It was not offensive.
I just
Maybe
love
I'll try it.
pirate shit, and
Yeah.
I was like, all right, well,
It looks to me like they kind of lost the plot of that one, because what they should have done is just taken Black Flag, taken the pirate element out of it, and just made that game. And
Yeah.
now, like, the combat seems like it's kind of bullet spongy, and it just I don't know about it.
Sure.
I still like Pirates though. Sid Meier's Pirates.
We
Still
like
my
Pirates.
Oh
favorites.
my God, Sid Meier's Pirates is so good.
I'm pretty obsessed.
Is that the
with
one where you
pirates.
could you could go to the balls and you could dance with like the ladies, and then you could try and romance dudes?
Yeah.
That was a good game.
The sparring off
Yeah.
mini games.
Oh, that was so fun.
Loved it.
Marvel's Blade.
Ooh, that
Zero
one.
gameplay.
Yeah,
which I
nice
hate.
cinematic trailer.
I like the guy's energy though. He was so excited.
I thought it was Deathloop 2 at first. I'm like, oh shit.
because that's the same creators.
Yeah.
Arcane
Leon.
Leon. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a third person Blade game.
We didn't see any gameplay though, right?
No,
did.
but I did read that it was going to be third person.
Yeah, he
set
mentioned
in
it.
Paris. Okay.
Okay.
The main guy when he was getting interviewed. He's like,
I-
It reminds me of the Wolverine game that's still in production
Same,
because
yeah.
it's kind of the same type of trailer too, where they don't really show their face.
Yeah.
Like
They almost
it's
show
just
nothing.
Wolverine sitting at a bar and smoking a cigar, and then this one is just like he's at a barber shop, and then At first, I didn't quite know what it was until I saw that the barber like took his crucifix and started like kind of shaking a little, and he's like, "Don't worry, I won't bite." And I'm like, "All right, well,
Yeah.
yeah."
It's Bram Stoker's Dracula the game.
I'm excited for it.
Now he's black.
I'm excited to see some gameplay for it.
Me too.
Great.
I really like what Marvel's doing with their video games lately. Like the Spider-Man games are great. I love the idea of exploring Wolverine and getting that going again. And Blade, they're going kind of grisly with these next two games because I'm sure both of those will get a rated M for mature.
100%. Yeah.
If Wolverine doesn't have dismemberment, I'm kind of out.
I'm curious to see Arcane do a third person game. Like I'm on board for all their shit. Leon especially of like Dishonored.
I liked Death. What is it? Deathloop.
Deathloop. I love Deathloop. That was my game of the year. That year that came out.
But here's the thing. I was told, and there were rumors that a Dishonored 3 was supposed to be announced during this. I'm so angry.
Elden Ring. Oh, Elden Ring. Sorry, there was a leak a long time ago. There was going to be a trailer here, so I know
That's
Brian.
true. Yeah,
Brian
I'm
and I were
surprised.
both waiting.
I thought DLC would have been announced or like a short trailer.
Sorry, what were you saying, Dylan?
No, I mean, like, that's all I had to say is, like, I love the Dishonored series. I think that's the best. What's the style of game? It's immersive sim, or it's like truly like it's an immersive action sim, right?
Yeah.
Where everything kind of matters that you're doing, even like the minor shit, and the physics really matter. And like,
For me, it's like the spiritual successor to the Thief games, and it's made by
Yeah.
a lot of the same people.
but those Dishonored games, they rocked my sock. Like, I love them.
Because you only wear one sock, famously.
Yeah.
They call me One Sock Jones.
They rocked my
My
sock
last name's
off.
not even Jones. I know. That's fine. I would have preferred that from Arcane, but Arcane,
It was a curveball for sure.
He looked excited.
yeah.
It's great when you can feel the excitement of the creator.
Right.
Yeah, he was fucking jazzed to be talking about Blade.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
Paris
listen.
is such a cool location.
So maybe
for
Dishonored
it.
3 after this one,
They might
Them
be
doing
in
something a little different.
simultaneous development, and that might be my hope. Maybe they don't have anything to show. But here's the thing. Deathloop takes place after Dishonored 2.
it's
It's
same
the same
universe.
universe.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all the same universe. There's so much shit from Dishonored in it, including like the whaling from the past. You can find books that like describe it because the whales have like magical shit attached to them. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. It's good
Because you use their oil for properties and runes.
Goddamn whales are just have so many materials we need. It's a shame that they're so innocent looking.
I would love.
They spend so much money on in-game purchases.
Well, do you think that Cole
Avatar 2 made me realize the plight of the whales.
Cole
Yeah,
is
cool.
the lead character?
Such a
in
waste.
Such a waste.
Dishonored 3.
If they do a mashup somehow, that would be pretty.
A modern Dishonored would
pretty
actually
sweet.
be fucking awesome.
That's what I'm saying. All right.
Because that game is ostensibly not stealth. Stealth is hard in Deathloop.
Deathloop's there.
It's more of a gunny.
Although I did play that. Yeah. Anyways, this is the Deathloop podcast.
I still have to play it. Visions of Mana look like a cool RPG, I guess. There's not many other trailers that I would want to talk about.
Yeah. I didn't know what Visions of Mana was until they splashed the screen, or the narrator kept saying like, "You're going back to this beloved fucking universe."
Oh,
Well, it's
Dragon
based
Quest
off of-
again is what I thought. I'm like, great.
kind of. Yeah.
Well, it's the engine that they did the remake for.
Legend?
Not Legend. It was the one before Legend.
World of Mana?
I don't know. It's whatever.
Tyler, you don't know?
I have no idea.
But that remake had the same type of combat, so this just must be reiterating on that.
Yeah. I like Legend of
iterating.
Mana on the PS1. That's my only thoughts on the whole series, though.
Right.
Secret of Mana.
Secret of Mana.
Is that the one we were thinking of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be it. Yeah.
Because that was a Super Nintendo game.
No, not
That's Super
Secret.
Nintendo. That's
The one
SNES.
after Secret of Mana was one
Legend
that
of
wasn't-
Mana. For the
Secret of Evermore.
No, but then there was one that we didn't get here, and then they made a remake of that.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Also don't know the name, but yes, I'm
It's
agreeing.
something. Well, we all know it's also of Mana.
It's of Mana.
When I saw the Best Performance Award and it went to that Baldur's Gate guy, is that the vampire you had sex with?
Asterion.
Yeah,
Did you
Asterion.
fuck Asterion?
Yes, I did.
I don't blame you.
As soon as he won, I'm like, Carly, put your phone down. Tyler had sex with this guy.
Yep. I have I have two characters that I play in Baldur's Gate. One is a horny little devil who will sleep with anything that walks, and he's got horns.
That was me as Cassandra.
And then
He's a tiefling.
The other guy's an incel.
he's the guy with the hammer. He's packing some heat downstairs.
Paladin tiefling.
Oh no, that's my warlock. I have a half elf paladin with
Warlock
a tiny
is the
penis.
best magic class. Prove me wrong.
I like the warlock a lot.
It's better than the
I
sorcerer.
wanna try the bard though.
It's really good.
Yeah,
That's my other character.
I want to do
I
it.
really want to play Baldur's Gate 3 is
have
what
a
I found
tiefling
out.
bard.
That's pretty
So do
cool.
I.
horns up
Just waiting for the right time.
Speaking of Baldur's Gate 3 Game of the Year winner.
I was really psyched to see that.
It was obvious.
Well, to me, after I saw Alan Wake 2 win so many other
It had
awards,
momentum behind it.
it had to be Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2 notably didn't win a single award, which is fine because they don't fucking matter anyways. But
I don't even really think that
all they care about is dollar
nominated for much. It is a fantastic game with a great story, but it's not a groundbreaking game at all. Set pieces in it are fantastic, but it's not breaking any new ground. If you've played Miles Morales or Spider-Man, you've played this game already. It's just giving you more story.
Sure.
And it looks real fucking pretty.
It does. Yeah. Another one I can't wait to play.
If
would like to play it.
When you do play it, go into the settings and turn down the web assist, and it gives you a little bit more. You got to really rely on the physics. Your web won't just attach anywhere.
Yeah.
You have to be very aware of the buildings around you.
That's actually
gives you a
cool
little
tip.
more challenge, but I really preferred playing it that way once I got the hang of it. You feel so rewarded when you sling through
Get in the
you
zone.
Yeah. You actually feel like Spider-Man rather than just clicking over and over to
I've gotten to the age or like the point of my gaming life where I do go through the settings now, and like when I did House of Ashes, I turned off all QTE penalties. I don't want to have to hit if it's like tap a button super fast. I'm like, nope, I will hit once. That's fine. I don't.
That should be an option in all games.
And with Jedi Survivor, I went in and like fall damage is off. If my guy in that buggy ass game falls to his misses a jump because half the time the jump is broken, I don't want to get penalized for it. So
I don't know. I got really good at it.
it's the most buggy game I have played in a long time. I've had 4 game breaking freezes. And the number of times my lightsaber was still open when I had it in my pocket and it was going through my head, I hate it. It looks it looked cool the first time, but at some point, there's enemies dead floating in the air, just like
Here's the thing,
stormtroopers dancing that are not like.
I actually did not have any of those issues.
No, I had the
Amazingly
bounty
bad.
bug, which really pissed me off because then I would have.
That's
I had to-
actually game breaking.
Yeah, I had to restart to beat the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you had way more bugs than I did,
It's crazy. Yeah.
which
didn't
is a
have
shame
any.
because you think they would have fixed
Best
it by now.
bugs. Spider-Man.
He must have
Jedi
downloaded it wrong. Did you put it in good?
Blow on the cartridge.
I mean, I have it set to performance rather than quality. I like the frame rate mattered more to me than the image.
I always pick performance over.
I was for Elden Ring. I actually went in and did the other one for my recent playthrough I'm doing on the Xbox, and it looks and plays perfect. But yeah,
I hear they actually spent a decent amount of time actually doing a little bit more on the Xbox version because apparently during development it was said that they were having trouble making it work on the Xbox for some reason.
Oh, I can't wait for the Switch port.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
There'll be an amiibo that goes with it.
it'll run at
An
it'll
Alexander
run at,
amiibo I would buy though.
Yeah, for sure.
10 frames per second. You can really get your hits in.
You guys see Into the Spider-Verse? You know that 10 frames per second animation? We did a whole game like that. It's going to be great. I have nothing else to say about the Game Awards.
Yeah, I don't really either. Outside of, I don't know. I just hope that it's probably never going to happen. But if they could just bifurcate this thing and have a separate award ceremony and just make this winter E3 or like just a showcase event, I think they'd.
Why don't they?
They lost a lot of goodwill this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not a lot of good scuttlebutt after.
I was talking to someone about it last night, actually, and someone brought up they also didn't mention how this was their opportunity to say we side with the workers.
Right. Because it has been a
And
horrible year for
and this person I was
employees.
talking to. I was like, I didn't even think of that. You're absolutely right.
I didn't.
No
do that
mention
either.
at all.
The
A lot of
unionization that's
Chalamet,
occurring.
no awareness on the industry.
Right.
And that guy was a part of a strike too, technically. So, did you know that you can get exemption forms from the strike depending on if you petition properly?
We stand with the strikers, but this film, The Hunger Games, is very important.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
Yep. Disappointing. I did have some trailers I was hoping to see more of, like an Elden Ring DLC trailer. Wolverine. It's been a while since they did the teaser. I was maybe hoping for something on that.
Yeah,
Insomniac
it'd be great to see that.
Hentai Boobies 3.
Yep.
They're
Death
making another
Stranding
one?
2.
Doki Doki Booby Club.
The boobies
The Lost Boobies.
are even better.
Boobies Reloaded.
To me, if they just had 5 trailer like world premieres, just like really big ones, the ones that matter, just a few scattered throughout, I'm so there.
Well, the biggest one of all time aired 2 days before it, so that was kind of funny.
If they had the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer, that would have changed the entire like discussion afterwards.
Yeah. Best Game Awards ever. Yeah.
I did notice though there was a lot of fucking security guards everywhere after the Elden Ring disaster last year. There's a security guard just standing everywhere.
Yeah. Well, they got something right.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Man, I'll tell you.
Can't wait for Game Awards 2024.
I actually will look forward to the next one to see if it's just as bad. I think that's actually something to look forward to because if this thing's going to be a disaster, I might as well delight in it. And frankly, I think that based off of this one, you could make a drinking game based on what happens at the Game Awards.
Yeah. Every time you see a Muppet, fucking drink.
Yeah, what's up with Gonzo being there?
They made a lot of obvious he fucks chicken jokes.
God, I remember Jeff Keighley going like, Gonzo, one of the greatest. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? That's like cool.
That was one of my top 10 moments, though, was him being there.
I'm like, why? There's no Muppets game.
Well, no, last year when they had Animal, he's like, I like Elden Ring.
Yeah! Yay!
Now that's classy as fuck. That's good.
One of my favorite Christmas movie scenes is the Muppet Christmas Carol, Animal trying to play a triangle during that one band.
He's just like,
So great.
yeah.
Well, everybody, on the next Popcorn Dogs, we're going to have a very WrestleMania Christmas. We watched WrestleMania 17, and we're going to talk about it.
With Gaming Off the Grid.
With Gaming Off the Grid. It's
I
going to be a
won't
good
be
one.
there.
It was a very good WrestleMania. I have feelings and thoughts, and I'm excited to record them.
Vince McMahon is having an affair, and his wife is being sedated, and she's wheeled out to the ring to watch Vince McMahon call her a bitch and fight her son. And it is the most insane shit I have ever seen.
It's
I didn't know
like-
wrestling got that weird.
It's a soap opera for men, is what it is. At the very end of the day, that's all it is.
It's still real to me, damn it.
There's one part where Kane is driving a golf cart with the ref in the back, and I was like, this shit's awesome.
Yeah,
dude.
this is fucking dope.
I would never promote another podcast on this podcast, but if any of you guys listen to a podcast called Behind the Bastards,
Oh, yes.
the Vince McMahon 5-parter,
When we were coming back,
fucking great.
Ooh, I need to listen.
This guy,
we listened to it on the way back from GDQ.
I don't remember.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
I was
well, at
playing
least
Tears of the Kingdom, man.
Me
If
and
you
my
thought I was
brother
paying
did. We were in the
attention
front
to that.
seat.
The Vince McMahon one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really good.
Yeah, I was.
Oh
not,
my
I was
God.
not paying
That
attention.
guy's
I
just
was
a
Tyler's just having a one-sided
Guy's a piece of
conversation
shit.
with Brad.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, cool.
Tears of the
He
Kingdom.
was mumbling a lot. Elden
I was
Dogs.
in my goon station.
Elden Dogs has an in-depth look at the lives of Miyazaki and George R.R. Martin. Super good episode. A nice little biography, little bite-sized biography for you.
That was a very fun discussion available to our Patreon members for quite
it's
some
been
time now.
Yeah, so
Hey, I'm
you
in that one.
Yeah,
could
you
have
are.
already heard it, but maybe you haven't yet.
Speaking of Patreon, if you want access to our episodes in advance, if you want access to bonus episodes, including parts 2 and 3 of our Final Fantasy X discussion, check out patreon.com/Hair of the Dogcast. And yeah, you can join our Discord. There's free trials available right now. I know a lot of people have taken advantage of that, and some of you have stuck around, so we appreciate that. We recommend checking it out.
Yeah, the Discord is great. You want to be there.
You do want to be
You'd
there.
be there or you'd be square.
Get it?
Everyone is super nice and welcoming.
I'm gonna. You know what? Maybe I'm gonna just stop being nice and asking people to join the Discord. I'm just gonna get mean with it.
Okay.
Start threatening them.
I've always
fucking
advocated.
This long hair is no longer working.
Tyler, on my character customization slider for you, I put the anger at 10.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
better fucking get in the Discord.
Dude,
thought
you are
it'd
the
be-
least intimidating person.
I know.
I would do a Renegade Tyler build if I was playing Mass Effect.
Yep.
He would punch every journalist.
The game would crash.
I don't know.
I'd be like, that
in
doesn't make
Baldur's Gate, I got the opportunity to kick a chipmunk, and I thought I was just going to kick it away, but I kicked it against a wall, and it splattered into a million pieces.
Yes.
That's
you. That's what they
traumatizing.
deserve.
I was like, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
I meant kick it away. It's trying to bite me.
I was gonna shoot him.
Holy shit, what did I just
I thought kick is a mean nudge.
Obliterated him.
Fucker's dead.
A big shout out and thank you to our executive producers Ryan, Christy, Nick, Kipper, Brian Ward, Jordan Hoff, Phil Wright, Philium Birkin, Cole Delgardno.
Yep.
Reading's hard. And Bryant Ross. Hair of the Dogcast.
You're the Jimmy Wisman of the group.
I know.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Hair of the Dogcast is a proud member of the Tokyo Beat Podcast Network. Make sure you go out and check all of those other amazing shows. And gentlemen, one for the road.
Yeah.
I forgot about this. Yeah.
I will say go see The Boy and the Heron, Hayao Miyazaki's final film, maybe. At least his current final film.
Probably. He's fucking old.
Saw it last night in theaters. It just arrived in America a couple days ago, and it's in my top 3 films of his of all time. I would put it below Mononoke, and I wasn't sure how I felt about it next to Porco Rosso. But it is better than Howl's Moving Castle, which I was, at least first viewing. I loved it. Don't watch the trailer. Go in super blind. When it does go to places, you will be enchanted.
Cool. I will recommend a manga that I kind of fell in love with. I bought just the first 2 volumes on kind of a lark. Tokyo Revengers. And it's a tale about this kind of slobby 26-year-old man who one day he's watching stuff in his apartment and he finds that a girl he was in love with and who was his girlfriend back when he was 15 just recently got killed by a gang that was active in his school. And then he discovers after being pushed on train tracks and sort of dying that he can travel back in time to when he was 15 years old, and you can do kind of everything over again. It's really complicated and strange, and there's this huge web of consequence, and it really just fucking works. And I was really enamored by it. At first, I didn't like the art, but as the volumes go on, they're growing on me.
Sounds good.
Wow.
I hear the anime's fine too, but whatever.
Sellouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, read the manga.
Do it. I came woefully unprepared for one for the road, so I will just I'm going to circle back to video games for a second because I forgot to mention that I played this game called RoboCop Rogue City.
Is it good?
Yeah, it is
It's
actually.
good?
Yeah.
Okay, I would take that from
I
you
would say
or Josh.
if you like RoboCop, play this game. It's
Can I
actually
shoot
pretty good.
people in the PP?
Well, that's my one for the road. My favorite achievement of the year is when you shoot somebody in the dick in that game, you get a 50-point achievement. I forgot what it's called, but it's shoot him in the fucking dick or something.
It's called Nard Blaster.
Yeah. And
Another great name.
yeah, that's my one for the road. Play that game if you
No, it's
a
the
full-
achievement
it's a full-
specifically. That is
just for that achievement alone. Yeah.
It's a full 60, right? For that,
It is. Yeah, I think I paid $60 for it.
Okay.
I would say
I'd wait for a sale.
I've heard from people I trust about that game to check it out.
check it out. Yeah, it is way better than it has any right to be, and it feels. You could tell they're on a budget, but the gameplay actually feels really fucking good.
Cool.
It's like when that Chronicles of Riddick game came out, and everyone's like,
Yeah, it's a lot like that.
we don't want to say how great this game is. It actually is good.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like you don't expect something to be so
mean-
great, but yeah, you hear a RoboCop game, like, oh, okay. Is this like every
Yeah.
other movie game that's come out?
No, you go on missions. There's my favorite mission of the game is when you're just back at the precinct and you just have to take a card around to get signed from everybody because there's a person in the hospital that got injured. So you got to do menial task work.
Sign the card.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how RoboCop talks. I've never
My
seen
sympathies.
Right.
You have 10 seconds
Right.
to comply.
Sign the card or there will be trouble.
Peter Weller.
What band, Tyler?
You knew I was going with the band, huh?
Yeah.
My one for the road is going to be a band
Bangles.
I just saw live at X-Ray. It is Cliff Diver. They have an album called Exercise Your Demons with demons working out on the cover.
Nice.
I like the pun.
Yeah.
Fantastic band. It's a 7-piece, 2 lead singers, 2 guitars, 2 guitarists, a bassist, a drummer, and a saxophonist named Donnie, who plays better with his shirt off, and that's canon.
Wow.
Oh, I
I'll
like
give that a shot.
I like canon things in bands.
What style of music?
They're like pop punk, light ska,
Okay.
with a little bit of screaming mixed in. The fantastic band. I saw them live. I only knew one song, and now I've had them on repeat.
Is this a band that's reignited your love for ska or your
It's
potential
starting to. There's like a
flame?
It's like
Your character customizer's like going up on the ska department.
just a little bit. Like I'm twirling the twig. You know,
You're getting ska plus
rubbing
one.
it together. The
plus
friction's
5
building.
ska.
No, super good band. They have a song called New Gas City. That is my favorite. Check that. I think it's the first song on the album, but it is chef's kiss.
Nice. Cliff Diver.
Beautiful.
Yes,
I like that.
they're
I'll give
from,
that a YouTube
Tulsa,
on my route.
Oklahoma. I think they're from. Yeah, sounds
Oklahoma
about
has
right.
a really great. They have a really great scene for music,
And that's
I hear.
canon.
That's canon.
It is.
Yeah, I had to think of a different band because I can't just keep saying Diet Light every week.
It's illegal. You have to have something new every one for the road.
Yeah,
I only choose manga. It's fine.
It's pronounced manga.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Manja.
Manja.
Do you want some
Manja banja.
I got the good manja, man.
Manja banja.
Arrivederci.
You're Italian Jamaican.
Right.
Oh man.
Spaghetti and manja.
I am a Dominic DeCoco, and have a good night.
Let me hear the music in it.
Can we get one Al Pacino?
I don't know what you want, Brad, but you can go fuck yourself in the face.